Hey, what's up, Skywalker Bear with Imagination Creation Films, and today it is Friday. It is like, what is it, the 27th of September? Good Lord, are we already in September? Man, it feels like just yesterday. I mean, I guess technically yesterday was yesterday, but you know what that means though, right? That's right. It's time for you and me to have a little fun and chit-chat and have conversations and enjoy life and all the fun things because that's what we do. It is an absolutely enjoyable day here, and I'm hoping that everything is working and no glitching this time. I did make some changes, so we no longer have the Wi-Fi's. We're now physically on Ethernet, so we got all those things. So let's see if I can go into here because I want to. Where's the live? There's the live, but I'm afraid that Facebook isn't going to show me comments, and that's not fair. Let's see if I go into professional dashboard if it'll tell me. But how are you? How is everyone doing? Are you moderation assist? No, not right now. Thanks. I'm good. Why I didn't click on that. Gotta love it. Let's see. Show post, 3 active posts. Which one is live? Happening now. They're both happening. Well, that's interesting. Huh. Well, there's been, I don't even know what to, okay, fine. There's been some weirdness going on with StreamYard, and like the Facebook stuff hasn't been updating, and now it's like duplicating everything. So I don't even know what this is upcoming today. Can I view it? I don't even know. Whatevs. So if you're on Facebook out there, say hello. Because why not? And then we got there we go. Now we're back to reality. We've got Zacharias. Hello, how are you? Chris Flores says, "Hi Scott, do you have experience with Nikon cameras?" Yes, I do. I sold my S1H and got a Komodo OG. Looking for a hybrid B cam and considering the Z8. Thoughts? Does it look digital compared to the Lumix? That's a good question. I would encourage you after the live stream to go and watch my Nikon LUT video, where Nikon released some LUTs recently in collaboration with Red. And I do an ABC comparison of the Nikon Z8, the Komodo X, and the V-Raptor, using the technical LUT that converts the Nikon Z8 to look very much like the Reds. And the Komodo X look very, very close. There's a little difference, but very close. Now, what you'll find, I think, if you're looking for a B cam for the Komodo, the Z8 might outshine it at times just because it's 8K and can do 8K 60. Not a bad thing to have, but you could also look at the Z6 Mark III, which would be comparable as a B cam to, say, the OG, but it's up to you. The Z8 is a fantastic camera. I have one here, right there. I shoot with it quite often, actually. Going to be bringing it. I got a big job for 2 weeks coming up next week, and be taking the Z8 with me as well as a bunch of other cameras. It is. I'm really impressed with Nikon. They've got a lot going on in there, and they're definitely committed to making stuff happen. Let's see here. I want to see if there's any Facebook comment. No Facebooks on the. But then again, nobody's commented on Facebook, so that could be too. Okay. We got Instagrams. We got that. We got that. Just want to see. Okay. Dirk, how are you? Hope you're doing well out there. Ollie says, evening of the good. Scott, the camera whiz, welcome back. Well, thank you very much. Zacharias, I'm new to your channel, and I love that I did find. Well, I appreciate you hanging out. I'm actually a little excited today because I got something working that has been a real thorn in my side for a long time. That is being able to use my iPad as a secondary monitor reversed for prompter usage on my prompter in ways that I need to do. And it's surprising how difficult that is to do and how much people want you to pay, like $8 a month just for that ability. No, you're flipping a screen. No, I don't think so. But I got it working, and I did it for $20. Not unhappy at all. And it's actually working. So, you can see me actually looking at you now. King says, Ollie, do you know if Kippertie has parking, or do I need to get dropped off? This is a good question. Ollie's like, Bill says, depending on the money, I would recommend the Z9 over the Z8 simply for battery life and dual CF Express cards. The Z9 is a better camera in that it has those functionality. However, he said as a B cam, which to me says we need to knock it down a peg and not try to be better in every possible way, which is funny because the Z8 can be better in a lot of ways, but not necessarily at all. I think you can just drop in. Kura says, question, have seen reviews saying the Nikon Z8 or Z6 III have low dynamic range compared to other full-frame cameras. Is that true? Do the red LUTs do anything different for that? The Z8 has very nice dynamic range. There are other cameras that have slightly more, and there are lots of reds that have a lot more. But how much more? Not a whole lot. The Komodo OG is about 15 and a half. The Nikon Z8, I believe, is around 14 to 14 and a half. So it's about a stop less. Komodo X is 16 and a half. V-Raptor is way up there, 17 plus, almost 18 at times. VistaVision X, V-Raptor X is way up there with enhanced highlights. But I think you're going to be shocked, Chris, when you go and look at the comparison. What the Nikon LUTs do is it's a technical LUT that converts the Z8 log, they're raw, they're in log. Everybody's got their own name. It converts it to represent what the red cameras look like on a Rec 709. So you could put medium contrast, medium roll off on your Komodo and add the technical LUT to the Z8, and they're going to look really close. I mean, I put all three of them side by side so you can see. It's surprising. It's surprising. Ollie says, Scott is looking into our souls today. Yes, I am. And it's a little creepy, isn't it? Normally I'm like off, like sidetracked and everything, but this is nice. Now I just kind of wish I had a bigger iPad. This is the 10 point whatever. It's the Air, I don't know, 10 and a half inches, something like that. My big 10 inch. And it's not filling my prompter. I like it a big prompter. I just want to see if is anybody out there on Facebook? If so, say hello in the comments, because I don't think I'm going to see them. Or maybe they're not happening. I don't know. Let's see if I click on that. Oh, there I can see that. No comments yet. Okay, maybe nobody likes me on Facebook. That's fine. Nobody really is on Facebook anymore. Chris Flores says, Bill Howard, I'm also considering the Z9. King says, Scott, so far, I only have the 55 Otis EF with respect to image quality. Is there any plus side getting the RL? Or should I just get other 3 Otis and some Milvis? I'm using Monstro. I have not tested the RL myself yet. I have been fairly impressed with what I've seen out there. I don't think they're on the same level of image clarity and quality and sharpness. The Otis is such a high bar to achieve. It really is. But the RL has looked very well. Daniel, how are you, sir? My salty dog. Yes, I am a salty dog. And I don't have a Rex cam today. He is back here, as usual. You can almost see him. But because in about 50 minutes, we'll have a special guest on. My wife, Cynthia, will be joining us. And it'll be kind of a wine-induced free-for-all question and answers and all the fun things. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. That could be a horrible mess. Okay, I did see somebody on there we go. Okay, so we've got Frankie says hi on Facebook. So Facebook is passing the questions. That's good. Tim Dost, hello Tim. What is going on? YouTube. Oh, I am live. Thank you very much. That's very thoughtful. Zacharias says, I'm thinking of buying my first cinema lens, and I'm looking at the IRIX 21 full frame T1.5 RF. It needs to be weather sealed. I want to film time-lapse northern lights. I'm on the Canon R8. I am unsure if the IRIX is weather sealed. I don't believe it is. It is tight, but I don't recall it being weather sealed. You want to film the northern lights. Now, that being said, I would just drop a plastic bag over it if you're that worried about it up in the cold weather. It just it's good for safety, and I would throw it over my Canon too, just because you're actually going to want to keep the warmth. If you're in the cold weather, you're going to want that warmth to stay with the camera anyway. So that's something to consider. Chris says, question between the Z6 III and the Z8. Why pick one over the other? I film mainly interviews, brand stories. Do I need 2 Komodos, or will Nikon Komodo work together? They'll work just fine together. The reason you would do the Z6 is if you don't need the Z8. The Z8 is $1,200 more, and it gives you 8K 60, whereas the Z6 III gives you 6K 60? I feel like it does, doesn't it? The Z6 III does have less dynamic range than the Z8. I believe it's like 11, somewhere around there. But as a B cam, it'll be totally fine. Nobody would have any complaints about it, I don't believe. Zacharias says, testing your Facebook chat now. Thank you, Zacharias. It is or Zacharias? Zacharias? Which is it? I think Zacharias sounds cool, but could be all of the above. How about that Rodecaster video? Ball is in your court, black. But yeah, I am impressed with one feature in it that makes it a cut above everything else so far, and that is the ability to play back videos and such directly from the unit. Something on Blackmagic, we've had to buy external or rig up Raspberry Pis and all kinds of stuff. Extra money being spent. That's a nice feature. I am a little concerned that you don't have as much control for the unit. You have it in the little menu and you can get around in it. But doing a lot of changes, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It would also be really nice if they would just throw SDI and HDMI on there. That'd be really nice. But it is a very interesting unit to look at for sure. Did you see the electronic diffusion filters from LDF? Yes. And Ryan Avery has been secretly working with them. Well, I guess it's not secret now. No, he said so. OC Dual can do it. Oh, interesting. I've talked to them about somebody reached out about that, but I looked and I didn't see something, and I forget what it was. I did see it. Dirk, I'm interested in seeing where that goes. What I wasn't impressed with, and maybe it was just the demo that I saw. It seemed to be very limited. Like they didn't have it in the full filter, or maybe that was just the demo. I don't know. It's weird. I do have this set here that will be tightly packed in here. We have the Make A Ultra Compact Primes. These are about to get really battle tested, but that will be a full review coming up. Let's see. Hello, Carlos. I wish YouTube would always notify me when I ask. You have to go in, I think, Carlos, now and go back to my channel, go to the subscription and say always, and then it will do it. But who knows, you know? I would tell you, just show up at 4 o'clock my time, but, sometimes I can't do it. Speaking of which, I leave Sunday, and I'll be gone for 2 weeks. I might be able to do one in 2 weeks, a Friday live stream, but I probably won't be doing a live stream. But maybe there might be an off-the-cuff live that I do, maybe with my director in the next week or two. But I will be offside. But I did actually film a couple of videos ahead of time. Go figure. And I will be releasing those over the next 2 weeks. So, you'll be gleefully entertained. Sometimes, not so much. We'll see about that. Fearless Dax. Hi, Scott. Which wine are you drinking today? Chilean by chance? It is not. It is a Merlot. And I don't know which Merlot it is. I cannot see. But it is a Merlot. OC Dual can do it. Interesting. I got to talk to them. I think ATEM is still... ATEM is very powerful. What I wish ATEM would do is go ahead and combine the SDI and the HDMI. Just put them in there. I don't care if it costs more. Just put it in there. Number 2, make it 4K. I don't care if it costs more. Make it. And make it a 4-channel. It's fine. Number 3, let me play videos directly from the unit. I don't care if it costs more. Do it. I mean, if it's $1,500 to $2,000, four channels or four cameras, SDI and HDMI, and it's 4K, it's a win. Do it. Do it. Do it. Joe Nunez, hello. H is for hola. Also, H is for, hey, did you hear about Film Tools sale today? Don't you have like a stupendously discount sale today? I believe, if I saw that correctly, there was like 15% off a whole bunch of stuff there. But also, I think if you reached out to Joe or Tommy over at Film Tools, that there was a special deal. They were just feeling lucky, feeling special today. I don't know. Reach out, try Film Tools. I personally roll with the Shogun 7, have an all-in-one. I had the Shogun. What was the original 7-inch from them? I had that one, and it was so heavy. It was the one thing I didn't care for. Thoughts on the road? Yeah, I think I just answered that one. But if you didn't hear that, let me know. Um, oh, that was a good show. Too bad it was only one season. Oh, Shogun? What? Which one? Ollie? What show? That was a good show. Too bad it was. I don't know which one it is. Which one are we talking about? What did I miss? Uh, what's the QC ATEM? I don't see it. That's weird. What are y'all talking about? Stop talking about things I don't know about. Let's see. My name is Wright. Okay. In both languages, one is more English and the other is more Scandinavian Spanish. Ah, okay. Zacharias. I like Zacharias. I'm going to call you that. Frank! Hello, Frank. What are your thoughts on Doorway Dolly's brands, love or hate? I owned a Matthews Doorway Dolly. It was the quad steer one. I forget which one they call it. But it's 4-wheel steering. I absolutely loved it and adored it, and I used it twice. And I had it for like 4 years. It really makes it tough sometimes because it's cool. It was really well built. It was nice. It was a little heavy. I got it on sale, and it was back when B&H had free shipping on it. I got it for nothing. It was amazing, and now they're wow, really expensive. I like them. I mean, if you're on a big set where you've got, you've got a team to really help you, and literally push your dolly for you, then they're quite nice. I mean, you definitely use those on bigger stuff, but yeah, I mean, there's the Pro Aim version out there that's really cheap if you're not wanting to drop a whole bunch of cash. I just find myself, I use my shuttle dolly, the Kessler shuttle dolly on rails, way, way more than I use a doorway dolly. Negative is, yeah, the slider and the dolly, you can't really get out of its way. But, the doorway dollies, you have to be careful too, because you will inject vibrations into your shots if you're not on some type of stabilizer on there too, or if you're on rails, in which case you've literally created a doorway dolly that sits on rails. You've created a shuttle dolly, bigger and more cumbersome and more expensive. I'm hoping Aperture makes some more sturdy and more powerful slim lights than the Amaran F22C. I hear you. I won't have this review out before I get back, but this light right here is the Nanlite P240C. In my opinion, so far, in every possible way, it is way better than the Amaran F22C. It is a hard panel light that folds up and it's rigid, but it folds up into like a little briefcase. It doesn't have any spiders. It's really bright. This thing is running at like 9% right now. It is phenomenal, and it's a fairly soft image. Normally, I was running like the 5-foot aperture dome, and I swapped that out about 2 months ago. I've been very impressed with it. I use it quite a bit. Did a shoot last week. Used it, enjoyed it. Oh, Frankie says, bidirectional SDMI, HDMI input with 4K, built-in scaler, internal playback, and recording. ME capabilities for lower third would be a dream. It would, and they have it, but they want $3,000 for it, and it's their big switcher. I don't want to pay that. I want something nice and small. Let's see here. Large format nanomorphs. Don't know. Are there such a thing? Shogun 7 was a 4-channel switcher with ISO and XML. They didn't continue switching feature. So is a season 1. Oh, wow. Because, like, I thought he was referencing Shogun, that show, which was fantastic and won, like, how many awards? And they already have season 2 and season 3 booked. So I was like, what are you talking about? It's not booked. What was that? As someone who has used the Dana Dolly for over a decade, I really like the Kessler Shuttle Dolly. Yes, Tim, thank you. Tim is a recent convert over to the Kessler system and absolutely loves it. And it is a rock solid unit, and there's nothing wrong with the Dana Dolly. Dana Dollies are very affordable, and they rent. But when it comes to motion control, the Shuttle Dolly has a stability to it that's just second to none, and I just love that. But yeah, it's very versatile, and it has that really cool feature. Is it out? Let me grab it because I really like this feature. This is my favorite feature. It's my favorite feature because I suggested it, and like 2 weeks later they did it. I can't get to it. Oh no. Oh, I can't get to it. Oh, I'm sorry. But which will be explained later on. The Shuttle Dolly, you got your main plate, and the wheels can retract in. And it's awesome because then it just takes up a tiny little thing. And I can fit my whole Shuttle Dolly with motion control and everything in a Pelican Air 1535, I think it is. Tiny. Timmy says, I haven't used the Dana Dolly much since getting the Kessler. Very true. Dirk says, funny IBC story. Ryan Avery showed me a new creative filter. And when I asked him what it would do on camera, he mentioned, I have no clue. Let's go and find out. Some here at IBC will have a camera. Yep. That's number one. That's Ryan Avery for you. That's exactly. He's a very personable guy. I like him a lot. I have been testing 2 versions of one of his filters, and he's on the 3rd version. I don't have the new version yet, but it is cool. It is really cool. I can't wait for it to come out. Joe Nunez says, the Pavo Slim P240C. Yes, that is what that is. And I believe it's on sale, isn't it, Joe? At Film Tools. Also, it's available at B&H if anybody was looking at B&H, because B&H is a great partner as well. Ollie says, I wish there was some kind of high platform or super hi-hat to put on the Shuttle Dolly so it won't get itchy. I hear you. The way I do it, Ollie, is the Joe Simon way. And I don't know if Joe invented it, but as far as I'm concerned, Joe invented it. And that is why I put my Pocket Jib Pro on top of the Shuttle Dolly forward. So what happens is the dolly shot, the dolly is all the way back, the jib is all the way forward, it's clearing the rails, and now I get 8 feet of travel that goes forward. It's really slick, and it does give you, especially if you're operating by hand, it gives you that flexibility. You can actually just lift up and just kind of do a little bit of a movement as well. Kind of a fake Fisher dolly, more manual. Joe, how are you, bud? Dirk, what's good, my guy? Let's see. Jarrell, Scott, thank you. Recommendation, just picked up 3 Athena Primes. Did you get them yet? Did you play with them yet? Which ones did you get? They are really cool, and they're a complete set. They're killer, and they're tiny. Interested in which 3 you like. I'd be interested. Joe says, I have all aperture stuff. I don't want to start mixing brands. I hear you, King. But don't get me wrong. I love aperture. Absolutely love aperture. But here's the thing. Nanlux, Nanlite. I love Nanlux and Nanlite because they are doing things very, very well. In some ways, even better than aperture at times. Not always, but it is nice to see quality items all being elevated together. So aperture and Nanlux, both fantastic. Really, really good stuff. Let's see. L Media Studios. Hello, Scott. Liddy here. Picked up the Flow Serials. Yep. Great tool set for the secret sauce for DP. Yes. CLRS, they are very cool. I was looking to review, but timing now is being really, really odd for me. And so that's why I haven't reviewed them, but they are very cool. And there is no question that reflected light is an amazing, beautiful look. Amazing, beautiful look. That shuttle dolly video is how I found you all these years ago. God, that was so long ago, Ollie. So long ago. It was, God, what was that? Like 8 years ago, maybe? I'm turning on my vent. It was so bad audio. I actually watched that video a while back. I forget what made me watch it. But it's funny because everything in here is rearranged again. You may not know that, but that's the beauty of moving walls. But it was shot against that wall right here. It's really fun. Just a little fun there. Jarrell says, got the 14, 35, and 50. Interesting. Did you get... Nah, it won't tell me. I was going to try to sneak a question in there to find out if you were getting the C80 or the Komodo X, but they both have the same mount. Did you get the PL? The 14, I really was impressed with the 14. It's really wide. The fun part is going to be filtration on that thing. It's a tough one to get some filters on, and maybe the back filters is the way to go on that one. Ollie says, yeah, I tried the job method. I tried the job method too, and I didn't get any jobs. But it's not easy to mount the city shooter. And oh yeah, for sure. No, it's if you're doing it as motion control, it is another level of complexity that you have to be able to troubleshoot. I'm literally at 9%, just looked. But if you're doing it by hand, it's gorgeous. Joe says, yes, we have that light on sale, built like a lightweight tank. It is a dope light. Maybe we should run a Scotty B special on it. That is definitely something to consider. What I like about it is the flexibility. Or inflexibility sometimes. Right now I don't have the grid on it. I think it actually works better in here. Although I think I might just rotate this just a little bit. I got the wife coming on. I want to make her look good too. Very nice light. Very nice. It's also RGBW, but I just love that it folds up into a little briefcase. And you're just carrying around a little thin briefcase. It's nice. And the setup time is really quick, and it's very flexible as far as its mounting. Maybe you should run a Scotty B special. Scotty B special, coming up fast. Everybody's happy when you get a deal. Yeah, I caught on to it there, Ollie. Isn't it weird when I'm looking at you, though? I'm like, I'm like, right now, I'm pointing at you, Ollie. That's the magic of cameras, is like, I'm not pointing at anybody else. It's all off axis. Everybody else sees like this or like this. But Ollie, you get to see with that. Darren Orange says, hey, Scott, really enjoyed your review of the Nightwalkers, and we talked about, what do you think the odds are we will see a Mark II that may fix those small oddball? Well, here's what I would say. I don't know of a Mark II. I don't think that they would design a Mark II of Nightwalker, but they would almost certainly take everything they learned on Nightwalkers and come out with another series of lenses. Each time they do it, you do it. Same thing with DZO. They have come out with different lenses. Each time they're learning a little bit and applying that knowledge, learning a little bit and applying that knowledge, and seeing what works, what doesn't, seeing what people like and they don't. And so now they end up with the full frame Arls, which everybody likes. Same thing with Nisi and the Athenas. There is a cool version coming after that. So I don't think they would call them Nightwalker 2s. I would imagine they would just be an incremental change plus some additional features. That's a great way to say additional features. Additional features, that's how my brain works, by the way. It's going 150 miles an hour, and I can't speak that fast, despite what people think on my intros. I think it would just be a new lens series that's got some more additional features and some fixes and that kind of stuff. So I don't think they would just come out with a series 2 of them. The 1200X is actually really seems good. I suspect a Black Friday deal on the 1200D. The 1200X is a very impressive light. There is no question at all. I wish I had one to review, but I don't. And that's fine, because, again, timing will make complete sense on everything. But it is an incredibly powerful light, very well built, very reasonably priced, very nice skin tones. I really like that. And yeah, you probably will see a 1200D Black Friday, I'm guessing. Don't know for sure, but it seems logical. But maybe not. Maybe they'll just drop the price. Chad, let me make sure here that no live chats here. And nobody on Instagram is talking today. That's wild. Usually it's a chatterbox over there. Make sure that I didn't miss any. Nope. Black Mountain Cinema. Hello, Black Mountain Cinema. How are you? Okay, so go back. Oh, is it doing it again? This is weird. Why does it do this? I'll tell you about my iPad journey here in a little bit. It's fun. C400s are starting to drop. Pretty stoked to get my hands on it this week. Yeah, they are. They're coming out slowly, very slowly. And Jacob says, "Woo!" Jarrell says, "LOLPL," but haven't purchased a camera yet. See, it's the yet part. It's the yet part that gets me going. You're like, why haven't I purchased one yet? It's because it's not available yet. Is that what it is? I saw the Kessler Shuttle Dolly review, then the Kessler updated plate showed up in my recommendation. I subbed, you went live, and the rest is history. There you go. There's a friendship made in the internet. And Ollie's been an incredible help for the channel ever since. It didn't take long. He was a regular. He was always courteous and knowledgeable and helpful and fun, and teaching us about white barbecue sauce down in Alabama that we still haven't tried. And and he's a moderator on here because he's such a nice guy and he helps out. So we all golf clap for Ollie. DZO just announced it. Yeah, they're definitely coming out with a lot of different lenses. Compact Cinema Primes, the Samara Cs, they are rehoused versions of the Samara photo lenses by typical, maybe a neutral vintage look continued. Oops. Hold on. Somebody has messaged me. All right, here's a special deal. Special deal. Write this down. Right here. Right there. That is your coupon code. Now let me just coupon code. Cod? Yes, fish. All right, here you go. Let's see here. Here's your deal. I just got this rapid fire group discount. Friends of the channel discount. Film Tools, which we all know, at filmtools.com and in Burbank. Also delicious tacos every year. Let me put this up on the screen. Right there. If you use coupon code Scotty B, you get 15% off all of Nan lights. Every single one. 15% off. So, if that's not like a way for you to go, hey, give it a shot. Give it a shot. Okay, let me go back to Fairless Intacs, who had a continuation here. Available in 21, 28, 35, 50, and 75 T15. They come in E, L, M, and later on RF. Okay, so they're mirrorless versions of the lenses. Full metal construction, dust and splash resistant. Continued, priced at $9.99 each. Compete with Nisi Athena's Dewlands. I like the Dewlands. And the Sirui Nightwalkers. Different classes of lenses there. Different there. I would be interested to see where those would line up in that line. This live stream needs you. And I'm talking just to you. Zacharias. Or Zacharias. I like Zacharias. Thought about it. Do you have any other tips for low light wide lens instead of IRIX 21 Cine? I'm out hiking a lot on their store site, and they say it's weather sealed. Okay, so then it is. I mean, they don't lie. They're very good people, and I have the 21 is. The 21 is mounted up right there. And do I have suggestions for other? I don't know if the Nisi Athenas are what Athenas are weather sealed, but they have a 14. It's really wide. And what did you say you were shooting on? R8? R8. I mean, that's going to be super wide. 14 millimeter on the R8. It was silly when I was doing the Athena review. The Z8 was this close to my focus chart. My focus chart is freaking huge. It was hilarious. Jeff Fagan, what's up, baby boo? How's the hurricane down there? You doing good? You staying dry? You got power? You all good? It actually blew through Florida really fast, didn't it? But man, like Georgia and North Carolina are getting slammed. Let's see here. C80 versus Komodo X versus C400. Interesting. Different strokes for different folks. Yeah, I have to think about that. I am, let's say, for the normal documentary style shooter, I am wondering why anybody would consider the C400 over the C80 or the Komodo X. I feel like the C400 really kind of is misplaced in comparison to the C80. You don't get as good of codecs on the C80, but you get the same sensor. And you don't get the frame rates. But for, like I said, for the normal documentary style, I would find that interesting. They are all different. They are all different. I'd be interested to see a dynamic range test between Komodo X and C400 and C80. There are also 3 different size cameras too. That's an interesting one. I think that would be a lot of internal debate, honestly. It would cause a lot of internal debate, for sure. 50 people watching. No, that's awesome. I mean, I'm not up there to Brandon Washington level or Jarrell. It's all because he's got, great team there. And Ollie won't come on. Try to get him on here so we can just go side by side. And then, Chandler makes movies, watching in Birmingham. Nice. How's the weather there? Again, that is coupon code Scotty B at Film Tools for 15% off all Nanlite products. Every single one. Limited time. I don't know how limited, actually. Let me look. Very limited. Very limited. The end of the month. Now through the end of the month. That's extremely limited, but extremely generous for all of you. Buy Film Tools. Great people. Bing. Yeah. Let's see here. Keep knocking Alabama. I know, I'm not knocking it. It keeps coming up. It's funny how many people keep bringing this up. And each time it's like, dang it, I need to try it. It's probably going to be amazing. I mean, it's kind of like spicy mayo. It's delicious. Have you tried spicy mayo? It's like sriracha, or I like to use gochujang and mayonnaise with a little bit of lime in it. Ooh, yeah. Good stuff. Tyler says, is that in addition to their current 50%? I don't know, and I would doubt. I don't think so. It would be stupendous if it was, but I doubt it. I mean, it's 50% off. And is everything 50% off? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But, either way, you get 50% off. How could you lose? And I would try them, just in case. Also, hey, Scott. Hey, Tyler. How are you? Cody. Hey, Scott. Have you talked about the CineDrive upgrade Kessler is offering yet? I found out about it and was wondering what the benefits are to upgrading. Yeah, it's really cool. It's very simple. They basically eliminate, on the CineDrive, you have the motor units, and you have the brain, and you have the motor drive units. It eliminates the motor drive units. So you send it in, I think you send in your brain, and I'm trying to remember if you have to do the motor drives. It's well worth it, honestly. It is, because for 2 reasons. Number one, it makes CineDrive way more compact. But two, you get to be on the new ecosystem. So all the latest Chaos versions all support it. All the feature sets all supported. And all the things that you loved on City Drive, you get to keep because you still get the same drive units, but you're driving them with a city shooter. So it's like a city shooter saddle that sits on there. It is worth it. Absolutely. Give him a call. Talk to Jason. Tell him Scotty sent you, Scotty B, and he'll be like, Scotty B. And you'll have a great conversation. It's a great way to add some freshness to your City Drive if you're lacking some features. Also, it's a way to get current on stuff. Not stacking, but the current 50% off isn't off of everything. Well, there you go. So see, it is a better deal. It is a better deal. Scotty B gets you a better deal. Woohoo! Getting updates from the director on our shoot. Yes, R8. I need more the low light performer with the wide. Got you. Yeah, I mean, Irix is going to be a crisp, clean, sharp performer. It's going to be fast because it's T15. It's full frame. It will not vignette. It's probably your best shot. It's big. It's way bigger than your camera, but it's also the future. You get that, and you're good. You might consider. You don't have to, but you might consider, rather than buying it in RF, buy it in a mutually adaptable format. In other words, I don't know if you're going to be on Canon forever, but if you buy RF lenses, you're going to be on Canon forever. But if you buy an EF or PL, then you have the ability to adapt that PL to almost any camera and EF to almost any camera. Something to think about. Tyler says, gotta thank you. And by everything, you mean full Nan Light lineup. That's what everything means. That's what everything means. All good. Vartwell Auto was pretty spared. Like, well, that's good, Jeff. Glad to hear about it. Frankly, just cleaning up now. Whew. Who's going to fill the void? DSC Labs will leave. Yeah, I wonder. I feel like somebody has to, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That is correct. Nan Light. Nan Light. Omar. Hey, Scoot. People call me Scoot all the time. Any better solution than GyroFlow for using gyro inside the red that you found? No. GyroFlow is the only one that got access to the secret sauce and adapted to it. GyroFlow is not, I would say, super user-friendly, but it's not that hard, and it does work. So that's it, GyroFlow. Sky, you count for 25 people when you stream. What are you saying? I need to lose weight? Is that what you're saying? You're saying I'm fat? Why are you saying I'm fat? Oh my God, I'm fat. Oh no. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. That's very thoughtful. Tyler, no, thank you. Appreciate the deal. Yeah, it's for you guys. It's for you. It's literally for you guys. I mean, he could have just announced it just directly here, but Joe is a man of character, and he's like, let me just go through so that it's, for you guys. It is for you guys. But you just got to say Scotty B. It just gets you to say my name. Say my name, say my name. I made the Raising Cone sauce. Oh, Raising Cane sauce. You mean pepper sauce? Recently, adding Worcestershire sauce to mayo base sauce is unreal. That's Raising Cane's is what it is. Did you do it from That Dude Can Cook? I love that guy. That guy absolutely slays me with humor. I love it. I also love how Chili goes, what's up, dudes? How are you? And he's bald like me, so he's awesome. And he's in Austin right here. I got to go meet him. Cool, Chandler. I am north of Alabama. North Alabama. Do you think if I were to ask Kessler if I could trade in my and pay the difference, they don't have a trade-in for it because the Cine. Wait, hold on. Trade in my Cine Shooter for the Cine Shooter Plus. Let's pay the difference. I don't think so, but honestly, Jacob, there's virtually no difference other than physicality. So you get that OLED screen is one of the features. There's not a whole lot there that would drive me to say that I need to upgrade from Cine Shooter to Cine Shooter Plus. I'm not sliding against Kessler. I mean, they improved some things. It's slightly quieter, a little bit better, but the Cine Shooter is so good. If you have a Cine Shooter, the improvement level is pretty small, and so I don't know that it's worth trying to do that myself. I mean, yeah. You're welcome. Okay, thanks. Simon says, hey, what's up, Simon? How are you? What you doing? Blazar versus Atlas. Well, two different lenses, very much, and two different markets, really. Two different price points, really. And it just depends. What do you like? To me, the Blazars, on full frame are really, really distortiony, mumpy. And I'm not a huge fan of mumping. I like the correction that is in many of the higher end lenses. But that being said, the Blazars are really cheap. So, and I think if you put them on Super 35, I mean, the bumping barely shows up. It just depends. It is interesting that you can get a set of Blazars for the price of one Atlas. But Atlas is a very nice quality. Your knowledge, brother. My knowledge of fatness. I know what it is. That's what it is. The knob was changed, right? Because the knob drives me crazy. Simon says, just got our new home. Hey, Simon, you up for a live stream one night when we're back at the pad? Just let me know. I've mentioned that it might happen, but might not. Speaking of nerding, you like the segue there? Have y'all played with these? These are my second new favorite thing. If you're a super nerd organizer like I am, these Dewalt stackable bins are sweet. So if you like these, use my Amazon, just any Amazon link, just click on my Amazon down there and then just type in DeWalt, and I'll try to put a link on them here shortly. But they're like $6 and something cents each. So this is their containers that they would put their bits in. But they now have them empty with little dividers that you can move around. And there's this one, which is a bigger parts organizer that, guess what, happens to be $6, $6-ish bucks. And dividers, and you can remove these all you want, and pretty slick. But what I like a lot is you take it, and then you go click. You take it, and you go click. And if you don't make the sound, whatever. I can't help you. screw organizers. Yeah, screw organizers, get one of these. No, they're perfect for screws. Really awesome. Did I tell you I'm slightly in love with these? But I'll do a video here shortly, well, in a couple weeks, showing all of these. But if y'all remember, this is what I used to use all the time. These are the Sortimos. And this one was for Kessler. You can see it had Kessler on the front. They're really, handy. You can remove them. They're stackable. They are slidable. They could go on drawers. What's his name? Adam Savage uses them. He has like a bazillion of them. The problem with the Sortimos is they are very expensive. Probably not so much for you, Ollie. Anybody overseas? But they're about $180 for one here. Check this out. This is the Klein MODBox. And this is their half tall. It's got all the things that we love so well. Put all our screws in there, sorted. You can see all the parts. They are sealed. Got a gasket in here. So, if you drop it in the water, all of that Kessler Sortimo box fit into this one. But wait, there's more. This is their small toolbox. Oh, the price on this, $35. This one is like $75. Big, huge, flat toolbox. Put a little foam in here. All of a sudden you got, a nice gear locker. They also make these, they're very loud too, with drawers that slide. But now check this out. We take the MODBox here, drop it in, and go click. Ta-da! Really slick. Love these things. I am not going to tell you how many of these I've bought now. I am going to tell you that I am a super nerd, and, you should understand what that means. But seriously, look at those. Also, the Milwaukee pack-out system. About the same price. Really, really, really slick for keeping organized. And the best part about them, you can buy the dolly that they all can mount up on. You just pull your dolly. So all grip gear, everything goes in there now. It's awesome. Milk crates are cool. Pack outs and mod boxes, very cool. Tyler says, were you guys referring to Mercury or Orions? Well, Mercury is what the comparison would be because Orions are a completely different lens. Yeah, full frame, right. It's plausible. Just depends on how hard we work. Yeah, it's how hard you work me. That's right. Zacharias, what I fit in the chat in bold, love chill. My favorite is habanero lemon with pineapple salsa on my tacos. I like pineapple salsa. There is there's a pineapple salsa at our local store and a citrus salsa. Really good stuff. Scott, will you be picking up a P60C Pro or no? I won't. Mostly because I don't do enough jobs where I'm renting that stuff out to be able to get that money back versus buying the Nova panels and now the Nanolux panels and such. It makes it a lot harder. And, times are changing. Times are definitely changing. Hollywood is changing. Everything is changing. Oh, Dewalt makes a mini version. Yeah, please use my Amazon link. I will literally make 3 cents on it, but it'll be an awesome 3 cents. I love these things. It's funny because I have like the old ones that the bits came in, they don't work. And then the new ones, they're half. That's the only negative to them, is they're half and half so that they sit flat. But that means that if you have a pile of screws, the screws are going to fall out. It'd be nice if they made a deep one, but really slick. Really slick. You need a 3D printer to print grid affinity sorters. Maybe, maybe not. 7. He's bought 7. No, Brandon. Hi, Brandon. I have not bought 7. I've bought way more than 7. Way more than 7. What else are you using exclusively for your passion projects? That is tough. I mean, it honestly depends. I don't use an exclusive set of lenses for passion projects. Because usually my passion projects are usually trying to push, well, there's 2 types of passion projects that I do. There's nature, which is constant passion and happiness. And then there's the passion, the narrative style and such. And those are a little different. And those, I'm usually trying to push the envelope a little bit and see what I can do. So it does vary. I do throw the IREX lenses on a lot. They get used a lot. But I also grab the Sigma zooms still, just to this day. I wish the CRD bags were a little cheaper. They seem to be really good quality, but where's the but? I hear you. I think the CRD bags are the better built bag. I've got, these are the Go bags. I wish the Go bags came in more than one size. Brandon Talbot really got me on these. And then there's my CRD bag. I like these, and yeah, I wish they were a little bit cheaper, but they are really well built, and I really like how they're divided in a usable way, where the Go bags actually are divided the opposite way that I would want. I find that interesting. Zacharias, excuse me, I have dyslexia. I'm from Sweden, so my English is not the best. I mean, so yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, but my people come from Sweden. I am a Lundgren. So hello. Let's see here. Whoops, I'm going to move my thing. I'd love to see a what's in my camera bag video from you. Well, I can do that. Just a moment. You'll have to put that like right here. You can get rid of that. Oops. Well, not like that, but you put it right there. I could do that at some point, but it varies literally every single time. Cool name. I thought it was an Aztec name. What's your favorite slider? Little cheeseburgers. Kessler City Shooter City Slider is my favorite. Is my favorite one. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. What's the brand of those Go bags? Literally Go bags. What? Hi, bud. Little Oakley here. Hold on. So this is CRD cord bags. And these come in small, medium, and large. And I think even larger than that. They are like $36 or $35 for one. And these are the Go bags, Geo bags. These are $40 for two, but they only come in one size. And they're available everywhere, basically. So, I promised an announcement. And I will also promised my wife, which some of you have seen in the past. You can slide on in here. Those can be pushed out of the way. She's all mic'd up, and I'm going to let her say hello when she gets over here so that we can test to make sure her mic is working. I even got her own chair. She's like cool like me now. Where's your hat?
Oh, I forgot.
That's sad.
I had that last minute.
Way to represent. There's a hat over there.
Okay.
Come on, you're gonna represent. If you're gonna you gotta represent. REI packing cubes are also solid. Interesting. Thanks. So you got a hat that fits now? There you go. Now you look like a team player. All right, say hello.
Hello, everyone.
Can y'all hear her? Does she sound good? Sound fine? All the good things? See them Sunday. Oh, I'll see them Sunday. Just waiting to find out if they hear you or not. What are you doing? Rex, quit licking. Hi, Oakley. Oakley's it's like, oh, y'all are talking. Y'all are doing things.
You'll see them soon.
Hello. Okay, so
Hello?
we've probably got that. Okay, so big kind of announcement thingy for us. You can scoot up. Oh gosh, dog, why is your face there? I just macked him in. Okay, go lay down now. You can scoot up so you're in focus. There we go. Yes. Okay, go lay down. I literally just reached back to push you in and smacked right into his nose. Ollie says, hi, Mrs. B, loud and clear. Sweet. Okay, so things have been really weird for us and for the channel for, well, it's probably been about a year or so. And things have been really weird in the industry for about 2 years or so now. And it's been really weird, stressful, and just that. And I know all of you know this because, so many of you are feeling it, and my friends out in LA are feeling it like the hardest. I cannot believe the number of people who have who've lost like everything, or who are now doing something completely else. They've sold all their gear. They've got nothing left. It's sad. And I mean, the industry is going to come back, and I love the industry. I do love the industry, and I'm not going anywhere. Don't misread anything. It's but we have felt something for quite a long time, quite strongly, and it's been an off and on kind of thing. I'm just gonna blow the smoke right in her face. Just she's used to it. Everything here you've noticed has been in flux all the time, and there's a reason it's been in flux. It's been a
Constant
change. It's never ending. It's been a real. It's been tough for me to do the things that I want to do because there's always something in the way. So funny cliffhanger much. I'm working on it, Joe. I got to build up her courage. She doesn't get on here very often.
It's been a while.
It is.
I did do. There was once that I did a live.
What was it, like 2-3 years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe that far back? It's been a while. So she came to me in, I guess, late December last year with an idea. It's not a new idea. It's an idea I proposed a while back, and she was very much not for it. It was not at all.
Not at the time.
Not at all what she had in mind. y'all are all going, tell me y'all aren't swingers. We're not swingers. No, it's not it. No, we're not doing OnlyFans. Oh my God, please no. Gosh. No, so she came to me in December. I got to build it up a little bit here. Get the audience ready. Sweating like a pilot. She came to me with an idea that I said, are you sure? Because I want to make sure she's sure. Because when we do things, we tend to do things big and huge. And so we are making a change, and it will affect this channel to a point. The content won't necessarily change. There will be another channel that I would invite all of you to join at some point, as soon as we tell you what it is. We're swingers.com. No, we're not. What? Chat disconnected? Please wait while we reconnect you.
Oh, no.
That was weird.
And,
No, Bill's like, and so we are going to make a big change, and I will let Cynthia talk a little bit and then tell you what the change is going to be.
That's like on the spot.
Or
on
she
the
could just,
spot.
yeah, whatever. Sure.
No, we have been thinking about it a lot, and just seeing the reality of changes that we need. We're ready. We've been here the longest together at this place, but we want to move on to cooler changes.
A cooler place.
A cooler place. It's a big, drastic change for us, me especially. But I'm ready. I'm ready for this big change, and
What are we doing?
we are moving to Alaska. That's our big news. We are just ready to make this big leap. It's a big one, and we are so ready.
Ollie's like, you're moving to the UK. No, we are going to be moving. So, like I said, this channel is not really going to change much. The location will change. It'll be gloomy. I mean, I was throwing the snow back there for a reason, guys. But we had the animated snow forever. It's trying to like butter you guys up, and it's been since December. But when we make a decision, we make a decision. I mean, we jump in and we go for it big time. So that's why things haven't been happening around here as much as is why the cooking set kind of went, you know, it's a big one. Joe's like, good luck, see ya. No, Joe's like, I can't do that. Congrats, whoops. Congrats to both of you. The wildlife. Oh yes, Jacob.
Definitely.
Big time. Hello, Frank. Congrats. Thank you. So you're moving closer to the North Pole. Santa confirmed. Dadgummit. Man, Ollie is so perceptive. There are times of the year when I'm needed most, Ollie, and it is it's a big change. It really is. But what we did here, and many don't know our story here, many of you do. We've told it many times. We looked around back in 2000, well, basically from 2005 to 2007. We looked around. We sold everything. We sold our house. We bought a giant fifth wheel RV. We took our kids. We homeschooled them, and we traveled them around the country long before van life was a thing, trying to find, like, where's the cool place to be? And we found a couple of cool places, but they didn't align financially. Let's say it that way. I don't care about demographics because I want to live in the middle of nowhere. I don't want to live in a city, so I don't care about demographics. That doesn't matter to me. We liked Tennessee. We liked Kentucky. We liked Idaho, northern Idaho specifically. We liked Montana, but not as much as Idaho. But all of those have become more difficult to obtain, to realize properly. So we bought here. It's close to family. I mean, literally, my mother lives next door, and we took a raw piece of land and we built a house, and we built a shop, and we built a studio. We built a theater. We built an editing room. We built a garage. We built it ourselves. Nobody else did it. We did it. And it is something we want to do again with changes. And the changes are the things that we've learned. I've learned that air conditioning sucks because if you need air conditioning all the time, then that means it's hot outside and you don't want to do anything. And I know that cold means the same thing, but there are ways around that. I'm sorry, adjusting my leg. But like living off grid, I've got a nice little solar setup back there that I've run my entire editing system, my entire editing suite back there. The office back there is all running on solar with air conditioning. And let me tell you, that air conditioner consumes more power than, it's 3 times as much power as everything else. That's how bad air conditioning is. So going someplace that we don't need air conditioning, northern Idaho would be great. If we had bought the land that we looked at back in a long time ago, then we would be there. But now northern Idaho is so expensive to get to because everybody's discovered that and wants to be there. Alaska is one of those places where nobody really wants to go, mostly because it's cut off. Not because people can handle the cold, they can handle the heat, they can handle the stuff. It's so cut off because it's up there. It's less than 900,000 people, I think, or right around 900,000 people in a state that's 2.5 times larger than Texas. Yeah. Now, my number one passion is nature. It is absolutely, nature wildlife filming is one of my absolute favorite things in life to do. And it's also, she's really, really enjoyed it as we've traveled over the last few years doing that. And so Alaska just becomes the last frontier for us, quite literally, but it becomes a very good decision for us. And so we are moving, and we have a blog right now that's not updated because we've been keeping this a secret because we needed to let family and friends know. We had to get a lot of things going, but we are well on our way. So much so that the house is about to be listed, that we're almost there. That's why everything is a mess always, because we're trying to figure out what we need, what we don't need. Because, man, if y'all have ever heard my story on horizontal surfaces, a horizontal surface starts with a floor. You buy a house, it's got a horizontal surface of a floor. And you're like, oh, I have 4 rooms. I need to put stuff on it. So you buy furniture. What is furniture? Horizontal surfaces. And what are those horizontal surfaces is for? Storing things, clothes, knickknacks. Oh, I went here. I love to go here. Let me get a piece of memory that I will stick on my horizontal surface. Oh my God, I'm completely out of horizontal surfaces. Let's go buy a bigger horizontal surface so that I can put more smaller horizontal surfaces in with smaller horizontal surfaces on top of that. It's reset time. So we've been just plowing through stuff. What do we need? What do we don't? What we need is we need a YouTube studio for me to continue on doing the things that I want to do And I'm not going to do it small. I'm going to do it big, but it won't be fast. First thing we're doing is moving up there. And we're going to be moving in the middle of winter, which is the worst time possible to move.
Well, they always say that. But
Yeah, it's also the worst time possible to be in Alaska. It's also the worst time possible to try to look for land, which we will not do until spring, but we will be in Alaska. We will buy a piece of land as soon as it thaws, and we're looking at from Talkeetna area down towards Willow, which is kind of north and around Anchorage. It is it's about 2.5 hours to the nearest Costco, which is what we really care about, buying foods and meats. It is it's gonna be a big change, but we will be having another channel. It is active, but there's no videos yet. So as soon as there is, I will post it. But it's Our American Adventure Alaska is the channel. We've always had Our American Adventure. OurAmericanAdventure.com is our website that we've had when we blogged way back when we were traveling the country looking for places back in the early 2000s, as they say. So, yeah, Alaska, wildlife, we will be embracing the adventure side of it, the building side of it, all of that stuff on the other channel. We will keep this more centered around film, but do keep in mind it will cross over a little bit because some things will make sense and not make sense. But I will still be in the industry. I will still be working in the industry, and I will still be traveling back to the continental U.S. for jobs as they permit. It's just an airfare. It's no big deal for me. But it'll be, it'll be wild change. So now's a great time for all of you who have stuck in here to throw some questions out because you got her. Which she's off them. You can get closer. There you go. Just get centered. There you go.
well, these chairs.
Well, the chairs are like bumping up against each other. Gear reviews. Yeah, beer reviews are going to be awesome. No, gear reviews are about to get a major upgrade. Well, congrats. Thank you.
Thank you.
Zacharias, congrats. Eric says Alaska is kind of big. Can you narrow it down? Yeah. Basically, Willow to Talkeetna. That area is our primary area. The secondary area would be south of Anchorage in the I don't know. There's another guy out there, Sean in Alaska. He's down in that area, and I've got some friends that actually live down there, and they are. It's a different area down there. What we're looking for is more north, because what we'd love to have is a piece of property that borders state or federal land, just so we don't get the neighbors. And we want 10 plus acres out there. This is going to be an epic journey. Indeed it is.
Sure.
AC also dries your skin like crazy. It does, unless you live in a humid area, which we do. We need AC for two reasons: cool and dehumidify. I like that. In America, people move places quite often. It's been since we bought this property in 2005. So it's been 19 years. We've only lived here since 2008. But still, it's a long time. It's a very American thing. It is. It's adventurous. But also, for all syntax, it is also that America is quite large. If you think about Europe, moving from country to country is not as easy as moving within a country. So like people in the UK, moving around in the UK is relatively easy, not affordable, but moving country to country. And the United States is, I don't know, Alaska is probably the size of Europe. I don't know for a fact, but it's huge. Texas is huge. Yeah, affiliate, nature, hiking. Oh yeah, it's going to be It's gonna be amazing. Your life will literally center around your passions.
Yeah.
Buddy, you have no idea. It is a way of life. Jacob's like, whoa. Middle of winter in Alaska. Yep.
I believe. He believes us.
You will get Northern Lights, and it's amazing. Yes, the Northern Lights are something we absolutely love. We never got to see them until 3 or 4 months ago when there was that big swell that came down, and we saw it here. You could see it with the eye, and you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then, Jake Sloan up there in Anchorage, he takes pictures all the time of them. And then Josh Satin just went up there to visit, and he took amazing Northern Lights. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. What I am going to miss is astronomy, because guess what? At the North Pole, you see the North. There's nothing in the North. Everything is on the equator. Dirk says, congrats. Thank you very much. Can you convince Scott to give me any gear that you're giving away? I have given away quite a bit of gear. I give it to local folks and people. Katie asks if Cynthia's job will allow fully remote work.
My job does allow the remote work as long as I do my job and not cause issues.
Yeah, she's working fully remotely at home now, and this, I think that kind of opened her eyes. You've been working from home now, or what? How many?
Over a year and a half now.
Yeah, about a year and a half. You can speak normally. You don't have to.
I'm sorry.
You're just like, I am.
I'm so nervous.
She's nervous. Drink your wine, girl. She's been working about a year and a half, and I think, probably about half of that year made her realize that, wow, all the things that I was worried about before, plus, our kids are grown up. Our kids are married. They live their own lives. So it's a capable move now. It's going to be tough because family won't be close, but we will still visit. It's surprisingly cheap to fly. Alaska Airlines is really cheap, but I think it helped her come to that decision. And it's funny because I pushed for Alaska back in 2010. I really wanted it, and she was not going to make that change. But now she came to me, so yay. With global warming and development, I imagine the weather in Alaska will be milder with time. I suspect, but we're talking over like 50,000 years probably before it'll be any kind of impact. And I hope to be living that long, although, we'll see. Joe says, we're here for you and the adventure. The adventure is going to be something. Congrats. Alaska is a dream of mine. Well, Chris, I hope you can live vicariously through our dream until you make your own dream. It's going to be fun. It's going to be wild. And now that it's public, and it feels so weird to have kept it a secret. Very few people knew, but everybody that needed to know knows, and everyone's been supportive. Everyone. No one. The hardest one was my mother. My mother lives next door, and now I won't. That sucks, and it sucks for me. It sucks for Cynthia. She loves my mother too, and we'll come visit my mother. We're going to have my mother come visit too. But fortunately for her, my brother lives just a couple miles down the road, so that's not that bad either. Yeah. So it really works out. I am Mighty Jenks. Alaska, did the aliens ask you to move to the mothership? That's great to hear. Congratulations. Hoy. Scott, as long as you making the wifey's idea, you can have anything. Isn't that funny how that works? You plant the seed, you pour water on it, you give it a little fertilizer, some and then eventually it's her idea. It's like, great. Oh, wait, where's there it goes. Yeah, my cursor. Jarrell says, congrats, Scott. My wife would love to dude, it's going to be a change, but God, I love it.
We're ready.
It's going to be bitter cold. I'm not trying to directly compare, but I spent many years in Nashville which is not known for its winters. However, I have experienced negative 15. I've experienced winters that were like deadlocking you in. So I know what it's like. She's a Southern girl. No idea.
Just that week we had of being here.
Well, but also Idaho. I took you to Idaho.
Yeah.
You love that. And she got on a snowmobile. She was all on it. That was fun. Girl said, Scott will let us know on his 500th birthday. Wait, Brandon's like, wait, I had to hop off. Wait, you're moving to Alaska? Yes, we are moving to Alaska.
Oh, gosh.
So what you're going to find on this channel, there will be the reviews and some other videos, but I will be injecting some Alaska stuff in here. Probably stuff like the storage, like the mod boxes and such. I have a full shop full of stuff, to make things and build furniture and all that. You don't do that up there the same way. They don't have hardwood. So you're building everything out of log. This log is my bed. This log is not. So it's a different thing. So we had to pare down everything. Everything had to shrink what is important, what is not. And our goal, it's a fun goal, is we want to have everything fit in a 24-foot enclosed cargo trailer and a 20-foot flatbed trailer. That is the goal. We're working on it. Right now, that room in there, which is behind the window, which is just a wall right now, isn't that the beauty, though? Y'all don't even notice. Anything changes, just stuff just shifts a little bit. And I'm just moving my walls left and right. But
And closer.
yeah, a little closer, a little everything. But like there's boxes everywhere. And so we're modeling the trailer in that next room. So we've been buying these big XL bins that they have these folding plastic lids, and they're giant stackable crates. These are the crates. If you ever worked in an office job and you moved from a cubicle to a cubicle, they give you one of these to put all your stuff in. They're those. We've been buying those, which are phenomenal for gear storage. But they stack really well. They're very heavy duty. They hold up like you wouldn't believe, and they're a finite space. So 54 of these crates go in the front part of the trailer, and then all the other things that, like all my aperture lights, I'm going to use those. I'm going to do stuff in Alaska. I'm still going to be shooting stuff. I'm still going to be working on commercials. It's just going to be commercials for mucklucks and for winter tires and who knows. Jacob says, will you let Scott grow his beard out? That was the killer too, because I was growing that for Alaska and she wasn't having any part of it. I get a little bit more I can grow, but I can't get too far. She doesn't like it. Tim, excited for you guys. Can't wait to visit. Yep. Scotland is out Alaska. Our Alaska, and it's also gorgeous. Yeah, Alaska is absolutely. If you want to see what Alaska looks like, go look at Jake Sloan. Awesome dude, as tall as I am, so you know he's cool. He's in Anchorage, and he goes all over. Drone guy, big drone guy, and he films the most epic stuff you've ever seen. It is absolutely gorgeous. Brandon says, that's badass, dude. Alaska is that code for North Pole. And are you Scott Calvining, low-key? Scott Calvin? What does that mean? I don't know. King says, I was in Alaska last year for a month. It's beautiful and cold. When were you there, King? Oh, it was summer. They have 2 seasons. They have winter and construction is the 2 seasons. And then they have mosquitoes. The state bird, I believe, is mosquito. You're going to need some actual snow shovels. Yeah. Yes. Plan right now is snow shovels, a snow blower, a skid steer track loader, and an excavator. are instead of a tractor. She's like, yeah, we'll work on that. That's phase 3, actually. Phase 1 is acquiring the land and building the house, the cabin. So we're going to build we haven't decided which size yet, and it will depend on how much this property sells for. There's a huge range in this property, and Texas is hot, so it's good. But we have a small, medium, and a large plan. The large plan is kind of silly, but the large plan would involve like a 30 by 60 studio. It's pretty big, but I mean, this house will have to sell for a lot. The medium plan is actually a reasonably small sized cabin, and she's actually fine with a tiny cabin, so even the small is fine. So we just have to have enough room for 2 workstations at the top, and then downstairs sleeping, eating, and a fire. Then the YouTube studio will become wherever at that point. But phase 2 is YouTube studio. And yeah, we'll see. You'll have to pack tons of ND filters and may add some larger telephoto powerful lenses to your kit. Yes, indeed. And I have a lot of that already. It's almost like I've been planning this for 12 years, 14 years. Maybe only a year, but Christmas in a cold climate is awesome. Ollie, that is literally, as we become empty nesters, our kids, they live their own lives now. Christmas doesn't feel the same. It's wild. And I told her, I was like, you're probably going to have more Christmas happiness and joy in Alaska because it just feels like a Christmas. Maybe we'll just make Hallmark movies. A young couple or couple empty nesters move from Texas, break down in a small town in Alaska, and learn the true meaning of Christmas by clogging in a hall. That's what it would be. That'd be our Hallmark story. Not rely on my little avalanche. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Yeah, when we had snowpocalypse in Texas, Simon was down here, and he got to ski in Texas, which is not something anybody's ever done. Skied right around Austin. We just threw him onto the back of the UTV and just up and down the roads. He was skiing like crazy, having a blast. King says, Scott, will you still do lives? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I will almost certainly do them at the exact same time, the whole time. Yep. Because my day job is my day job, and I control that. And I set aside this time, except in extenuating circumstances. Now, it will be like 1 o'clock in the afternoon when I'm doing them there, but it'll still be the same time for you guys on a Friday. Yep. And her job, she'll be
up early.
She'll be up at like 5 working, and she'll be done right about live stream time. How on earth will you ever wear shorts again? Do not doubt me, Tim. Do not doubt me. I will be out there in shorts, I promise. There will be videos of me wearing shorts. As long as the wind is not blowing, I'm in shorts. Unless it's like negative temperatures. That will be bad. Tim, Indivinera, no. The shorts that you can't see, the shorts live on. Will always live on. He will wear shorts when he goes to city. Oh, I will definitely be going. I'll be going to all the trade shows. All of that. Always thought we tried, King. We tried. And honestly, COVID scared the hell out of us. We didn't like be whatever it is to whoever. We did not like what California did, and it scared the hell out of us. Yep. So we would rather, where we are right now, we didn't really notice. I mean, we knew because, work and various things, but, people were masking and all that stuff, and that's fine, whatever everybody wants to do. But we could survive out here nobody out here, nobody cared. I mean, whatever it is, because we're so isolated from everybody. And that's what we like. We like the isolation. It allows me to do stupid stuff, like with puppets. And the puppets are going, and there will be video of a puppet driving all the way to Alaska. Ollie's, or no, Tyler to Ollie, I have a shoot in November or in the UK. It would be cool to meet up and grab a drink. Do that. Fred says, I lived in Juneau for a few years. You will laugh when people tell you to get a cooling station when it's 68. It's true. Right. It is funny because I saw, like, watching several videos out there. There's a bunch of really cool couples out there that have some really fun channels. And they're like, woo, woo. They got like their shirts off and they're like in short shorts and they're walking around. Oh my God. It's like the temperature today, 82. And we're like, it's 82 in our house. Yeah, I welcome it. I love the cold. I love the snow. We'll see how she does. She's committed, so.
It's done.
Yeah, and she's happy with it. She's very. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're trying to make her go." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I don't make her really do anything, despite what people think. It's a relationship over 30. Well, technically, 38 years. 38. 38 years we've known each other. Yeah. We've had a long relationship. We know each other pretty well enough to know that. See the distance right here? Why are we wearing the same shirt and the same hat?
Well,
38 years, folks.
Yeah.
You just buy one pair of clothes and just wear them.
Do you know where?
Do you know where? Yep.
Oh,
Yep. Probably in or near Hackney. Okay. Hackney. Have you been spoiled? You've been spoiled in continental U.S. Your B&H and Amazon delivery will not get there. No, it's definitely not. Right. And we know this. And we are driving up. So if anybody's in Alaska and needs lithium batteries, let me know. We'll have a little bit of room. A little bit of room in the trailer for lithium batteries. Because everybody's like, if you have extra room in your trailer, bring generators or small generators, bring lithium batteries, and small engines, like lawnmower engine types. If you can bring those, you'll make all money. I was like, okay. Only people with cameras that have 16 plus stops at DR move to Alaska. Fact.
Okay.
I want to move out of California so bad, but family plus beach is good. Yeah. Beach is good. We have beaches in Alaska. They're amazing. They're just gravel. It's a weird beach. There's no sand. And it'll be interesting to. Why is that all? I need to turn that off there. Okay. To make the wifey's idea, you can have anything. Yep. I'm just making sure. Okay. Yeah, there's beaches there, and it's funny because like in Alaska, if it's 65 degrees out, people are swimming in the lake. It's like that lake is like 40, right? Man, I'm a little jealous. My dream is to move
to northern
Sweden, but I wish to go and travel the mountains in Alaska in a big dream. I hear you. We have literally a lifetime of travel adventures planned. Not the first year, but I mean so much. It'll be a lot of fun, and it'll be really cool. We're looking forward to it. There's a lot to it. Imagine getting to 70 and wondering what it would have been like if you had moved to Alaska. No regret. Honestly, Ollie, that's how we live. Yeah. I've said it many times that on my deathbed, I don't want to sit there and think, I wish I would have. I just want to say, I'm glad I did. And I pitched the Denzel Washington quote several times over the last year here, and it's one of my favorite ones because it happened to find us at the exact time that we needed it, which was to get something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. And it has to be scary. It has to scare you. It has to be bold. It has to be, massive in order for it to be a success. You have to fail to succeed. And so we know how to build. We've built 6 houses, 6 equivalent houses from start to finish, all the way. We've done it all. We know how to do it. And we're quite good at it now. It's oddly, it's hilarious because we see a lot of YouTube channels and they're trying to figure out how to build a house, and we were there, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna slap that puppy up fast because it's all pre-built in my brain already. I've already got like 27 plans already done. But yeah, it's a thing. So what kind of questions y'all got for Cynthia?
Are we done? Are we up to?
No, I'm done with all the questions there.
Oh, okay. And that's the sound of. During the very cold months, be sure to schedule a vacation somewhere warmer. Once you guys experience the isolation and cold.
There.
And
there we go.
once, know your limits.
Oh, hold on.
cold
I
and
gotta click on
isolation.
this, and I gotta click over here, and I gotta.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. All right. So
that's the one.
during the very cold months, be sure to schedule a vacation somewhere warmer. Once you guys experience the isolation and the cold, once you know your limits, cold and isolation is it.
Yeah.
It is, but I mean that's the beauty of all of this. We sort of have isolation now.
Right.
And that is, we're isolated from everything, but it's so freaking hot in the summer, you don't really want to go out. And it's not like LA or Las Vegas or Arizona where you can go out and stand under the tree and it's totally fine. We would love for that. We have this little thing called humidity down here. And humidity plus heat is, I sweat I promise I will sweat in shorts in Alaska. And with that Denzel quote in mind, Alabama barbecue sauce. Buddy, wait till I invent Alaska barbecue sauce.
And brisket.
Oh yeah, we have joked about opening up a Texas barbecue and pizza parlor in Alaska. It will be rather interesting. Where do you plan to stay between selling the house and building your first cabin structure? That is a great question, Tim, and it is a tough question. We will, as soon as we sell the house, we are going next door to my mom's so that we can acquire some things that we need to be able to go up north. We will then find a place we can be, whether it be like a Vrbo or Airbnb or a friend's rental cabin for a few months, whatever we can do up there until we get to the thaw. As soon as we get to the thaw and we buy property, then, well, really the moment we can get our vehicles onto the property, I will put up immediately a pad with a tent, and we will build our house. And the house will be done. We'll be inside that house in 6 to 8 weeks. There's no doubt in my mind, because this studio here we built in like 6 weeks. We built that addition on the side in like a month. That house that we built took 6 months.
2-story.
It's 2-story, yeah, and it was all new. A lot of that was new for that. So, I have to have her a place where she can work during the day without hearing nails and guns, or not gun, nail guns, nails and guns. Fortunately, generators won't be we have 2 generators. We have solar. We're building up our solar system here. That's another thing that we're going to buy before we go, is our full solar setup, because, hi Oakley, because buying it up there is very cost prohibitive. It's very expensive. So literally 2,000 pounds of my trailer will be batteries and solar panels. So yeah, it's a tough one. All right, good to see you. Just tuned in. Sounds interesting. Ice baths are in lately. Yeah, that'll be just called normal baths. Question, we have been getting more media errors with the Raptor cards lately. It's been a slow build. Continue. Our Angel Bird replaced Mark IIs and Red Media 660s. 2K doesn't matter. Do you believe that a Safe Express B will be a better option for error issues? Watched your OWC video and found it interesting. So here's what I will say, Art, and it's rather interesting as well. I have started getting media issues. No, that's not true. I did get an error once. And we literally had that on the shoot last week where I hit record and it didn't record. Right. I was like, record. I had to reboot for it to happen. And it has been with the Angel Bird cards, which are the red ones. I have never had that problem with the OWC cards and the Nextarage, both of which I highly recommend. And I don't know what it is with the Angel Birds, but it does seem to be very related to Angel Birds. What I will say, OWC cards are great and fast, but they can get hot and slow down. Those Nextarage, they have the new ones, which I have a review that will be coming out on them because they had the original B1s for Nextarage, and then they sent me the B2s, which are their latest hardware version. Here's a B2. And they're way faster. What is that? So these are the Nextarage B2s. I'll try to focus like that. Nextarage B2s. B2 Pros, they come in 660s and 1330s. Here's a B2, the B2 Pros. I've never not once had a single error on these, and I am using these cards and the OWC cards. I'm using them more than I'm using the red cards. My OWCs are in the editing. Oh, there's one. So like these. Oddly enough, these were actually Gen 3 or the next generation cards. These were them all along, and there was just a firmware update you had to do to them. OWC for the win. The B1 cards from Nextarage, which they look very similar. Here's a B1 Pro. And I will say it was Film Tools that got me connected to Nextarage. So you can buy your Nextarage cards at Film Tools too. There's the B1 Pros and the B2 Pros next to each other. Same cards, same deal. But the B2s are much faster, much faster. And the Nextarages never slow down with heat. I have never had them throttle. The OWCs will throttle, but use. I think I showed it on there. The 1, 2, 3 bricks. So those metal blocks that you can buy on Amazon. They're for machine welders. You put one of those on your card reader. So take your card reader and you put the block right on top, and it's basically a giant heat sink, and it keeps those cards from ever slowing down. But yeah, it is an interesting point about the errors that are happening. And it's got to be an Angel Bird kind of thing. Cold and isolation is very different from isolation and hot. Trust. It's true. However, you can always put more clothes on. You can't take more clothes off. We've tried. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, Hope you've polished up your lumberjack skills. Well, let me tell you. I live in a forest, which is great. The bad thing is I live in a forest of hardwoods. There, it's not hardwoods. It's spruce and all kinds of stuff.
Lightweight.
Yeah, so you literally can't make furniture there unless it's like Alaskan furniture. But I know how to fell a tree like you wouldn't believe. I've got a really nice steel chainsaw that I've had for years, and I've probably felled 40, 50 trees here, and we're big trees. How was your experience with homeschooling? Recommendations?
Well, it depends on, I guess, the state you're in. Texas was really good for us. We also did co-ops, which, sometimes I wasn't able to do certain fields, like the biology type, sciences for the girls. And I guess it just, you can do it. I didn't think I could, but I just keep at it with the girls and your children, and they can learn. They learn, even going out to the library or even the store. You teach them those basic things.
It is interesting too that they got the same amount of work, if not more, that they would have in a public school, but they could complete everything that they needed in a few hours. They would just blast through it, and they knew, if they completed their work, then they got to do whatever they wanted.
They loved reading. I mean, that was their big.
Both of our
reading.
girls are very intelligent. They're very well mannered. Everyone loves my daughters. They're like, oh my God, they're so smart. No one questions them. The interesting thing that we found, I don't know what that was when we were looking for places to live, was the requirements for that. And we found places like Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania has one of the harshest homeschool laws on the books. It's wild. And in Pennsylvania, and I think it was because of the Amish, but you had to have like a master's degree and a teaching certificate in order to homeschool your kids. There were a very few exceptions that we didn't qualify for. So Pennsylvania is a pretty place, but not friendly for homeschooling. The complete polar opposite of that was Texas. Texas has no requirements, none. All you have to do is walk into the school and say, we're homeschooling, and there's nothing. There's no truancy laws like that. I mean, if you're supposed to be in school, then there's truancy laws. But homeschool kids, I mean, they don't get messed with because a lot of kids in Texas are homeschooled. It's surprising. The big question everybody always has is, oh, well, what about, social skills? They don't have it. Pfft, my kids are as social as they get. And that's what she would do, the co-ops. She would go to these co-ops, and you find a group that whatever meets your group. So if you have a bunch of nerdy science kids, you find a co-op that's a bunch of nerdy science kids or science parents. And then you get intelligence based on that. And it's not something she would do every day. It was just once a week that she would go to that. But I mean, that's all learning. That's all experience that they learn. I mean, it's funny because they don't teach cursive in school. Both of my girls know how to write in cursive. They learn languages. They did way better in math than I did.
Sign language isn't.
They both speak sign language fluently. And it's wild because they learned it in co-op and then they loved it, especially so they could talk to each other without talking to us. They're over there going, we're like, what'd they say?
That's signals.
Alaska salmon and crabs are fire. Yes, indeed, King. And as an Alaskan resident, you get to go dip netting, which is incredible. You literally get, I don't remember how much it is, like 18 for the head of household, and then like 12 for each. You basically take a giant 5-foot net, you stick it in a river, the salmon swim in it, you pull it out, and you get it. And you get, like, for us, we'll get like 28 or something like that salmon per year that we can get just by dip netting, which you do in an afternoon. That's enough for a lot. These are big freaking salmon. And we were doing the math on it, and it was like $8,000 worth of salmon that you get. Something like that. It was, if you look at a big salmon fillet, that's not one person's meal. You're going to cut that probably into like 4 meals. And then there's 2 fillets. So that's 8 meals divided by 2 people. That's 4 meals per salmon times 28. I mean, it gets up there. Plus everything you fish, you can get. And then they have a cool program up there. You sign up, and if a big truck or a train, which happens apparently often, hits like a moose or a bear or a caribou or anything like that, they call you. They go down the list, and the next person on the list, they call, they say, come here in an hour, and you get the meat. So you go and you can get a whole freaking moose, and you don't just process it. Yeah. It's wild. Isn't it pronounced next storage? I don't know. They've never corrected me. I talked to them at NAB, and they never said anything. And I don't think so, because there is no S on this. It's next orage. Next orage. So if you put a P in there, it's the next porridge, but there's no S. So it's nextorage is what I say. It's French, Italian. None of your cameras should overheat. Now, no kidding. The other fans will be like, turn me off. Maybe consider replacing your Pavo Slims with OG Sky Panel. You will all the space. Yeah. How's the internet up? Oh, so Starlink. Starlink is the way now. And it's funny because we've got friends up there that tried Starlink at first, and it wasn't quite up to snuff, but now it's wonderful. And Starlink has like a map where you can go and you can click, and it'll tell you what the speeds are average that they get in that area. It's faster up in Alaska than it is here because there's fewer people using it. They said, how many did they say? Like 100,000 are using Starlink in Texas. And there's only 900,000 in Alaska. Texas has like 35 million or something. Yeah. I don't know what it is now in Texas. It's wild. And that's another thing too. Everything is coming and encroaching on us. So we have Samsung building the largest chip fab in the U.S. to date, and it's 15 miles from here. We have the Boring Company is 30 miles from here. Now Twitter X is moving next to the Boring Company. Yeah. That's there. We have Tesla is 30 miles from here. Everything is coming out here rapidly. And then where we had a power plant and a mine alongside of us, they're now going to turn that into a giant master plan community. So we'll be those people with that giant piece of forest land in the middle of a subdivision is what we would end up here. Schools are wild and homeschooling is the way to go. Yep. I found out what I didn't want to do with homeschooling. Pennsylvania is controlled by teacher unions. Homeschooling is discouraged because we don't like smart people or innovation. Oh, gosh. I mean, Art, it was interesting. California was weird. It was actually easier to homeschool in California than it was in Pennsylvania. And I think the way you would do it in California, you would have to join a religious, just join a church group or something, and then you could claim a religious exemption. I mean, we're not big church people, so, I mean, it didn't bother us, but it is what it is. Who were the, it was it, oh, yeah, New York, which beautiful New York, like upstate New York is gorgeous. absolutely horrible to try to homeschool. New Jersey, right next to it,
yeah.
piece of cake. Same thing as Texas. There's no requirements. Although I think they did change recently. Who asked about it? Whoever asked about it, there. If you're in the U.S., look up homeschool state guidelines.
Yeah.
There's this one, I think it's called the Homeschool Coalition, and they just have a map of the United States. And it has, each state has a color. Green means it's piece of cake.
Good.
Yellow means you have to do something. Usually, like Tennessee was.
Reporting.
Yeah. Tennessee was orange, actually, I think, and Kentucky was yellow. Yellow is you just have to, physically write on a piece of paper that I'll be homeschooling my children. In Texas, you literally just flip them the bird and do whatever you want. Tennessee, you had to give them notification, and then at the end of the year or semester, you had to submit to the state a standardized output of what your child learned, and that was it. So there's various ranges, and then red was the basically really difficult to homeschool, and there was quite a few. Jacob says, but I learned how to teach myself via homeschooling simply because I had space from everyone else. And fun fact, if you're homeschooling anybody, you get homeschooling discounts.
Yep.
Like if you want to buy a new Mac from Apple, homeschool somebody. I mean, that's one of the reasons you used to have to prove to Apple. I don't know if it was physically us. That would be awesome if it was, because you're welcome. But we went, when we bought the girls' Macs for school, and they said, you need to prove that that you're homeschooling. I said, there is no proof in Texas. There is no documentation that is required. Therefore, I cannot prove to you. And they had to call up to corporate office and finally came down and said, okay, yep, you're eligible for the 10% discount. And then literally shortly after that, they just got rid of the requirement to prove that you're homeschooling. And it's because there are some states that don't require it. Can't wait to see you as the guy that fights bears and salmon meme. It's I'm not going to go up against a bear. I'm not going to. They are. That's not going to happen. But we will be continuing to make smoky salt and pepper. And Art, we owe your team some delicious salt and pepper, and we will fulfill that. But now you understand what the problem has been lately. We will make it happen. The Church of Balcom could be a 501c3 opportunity. I literally looked into all kinds of things for religious, just to be left alone. Not trying to say one politics over the other. Just a lot of people just like to be left alone, and it's funny. Texas just doesn't care. So I got the marriage. I'm a ordained minister, so I can marry people now. I can do all. It was just going to that Church of Life or whatever, paying the $27, and then I can marry people. And I've married many couples. It's kind of fun. It's just one of those fun things. I've seen TikToks of bear spray that scares them away. Yeah. So in Alaska, if you are not in like Anchorage or Juneau or Fairbanks in the town, you're walking around with either some type of pistol or bear spray, because it can happen. And you always need to be alert for moose, because moose are freaking freight trains that can mow you down.
I'd buy that.
Will you be making jerky now for selling to the stream? I'd buy that. We make jerky now. We just don't sell it. I don't know. I need to check into the cottage laws in Alaska, because we're able to make the salt and pepper here in Alaska or in Texas under the cottage laws. It allows us to make X amount of it per year, as long as we don't sell more than $50,000. Believe me, it hasn't been a concern. then we're totally fine. We still follow all the guidelines. We always wear gloves and do all the things that are necessary. But sometimes it's a thing. When you marry someone, you get a free dinner. It's true, but you have to wear a suit, and that sucks. I need more, and you need more.
I do.
Well, it's going to get lit now. We're going to make this party. Yeah, you can dump it. Let's see. Salmon skin crackling or salmon jerky. See, I have not tried it. I'm not a big fan of salmon skin, but it is apparently like a dog treat. And we give the salmon, we air fry our salmon here, and we give it to to Rex and Oakley at times. Oh yeah, your noise.
I forget I'm mic'd.
Yes, you are. What were you saying? What were you saying? What did they hear?
Boo.
What?
I said boo.
Oh, boo. Oh. They shouldn't just like start cussing like a trucker. Hi, Okie. How are you? Jerky is flipping good. Jerky is easy. I would love to get a freeze dryer, but they are the least solar happy thing ever. They use so much energy because they're basically a compressor, a freezer, a dryer that runs for 2 days. My dog loves salmon skin. I mean, they've never complained about it. That's for sure. In the air fryer or I like it in the air fryer now myself. Now that we make it, because you can make it like 8 minutes. In the oven, it's like 40 minutes.
Oh, the salmon.
Yeah, it comes out really well.
Good. Especially the fish tacos.
Oh, the fish tacos are pretty good, but we gotta buy cabbage.
Oh,
You're bumping up against she's having chair issues.
it's the wheel.
Also, we'll be close enough, and we will film in high quality from multiple locations. If you've never seen this, it is the most hilarious thing ever. Look up Alaska car launch. It's a July 4th tradition. It's somewhere around Anchorage there's a cliff that they have 2 ramps and catapults set up. Not catapults, they run them. That's Oakley right here. X is right back here. He's laying down. He doesn't have his own cam today. Oakley's just hanging out here. So July 4th weekend, they all get along this. It's along a stream bed, but it's on a gravel area, and there's a section that the stream doesn't go to, so they can clean it all up afterwards because it makes a mess. And people dress up their cars, and then they tie a bungee cord to the steering wheel, or they have it run on a track, and then they floor it with a stick and put it in gear, and they launch it off the cliff into the crowd, not into the crowd, in front of the crowd. It's freaking hilarious. And so we'll be a few hours away from that.
Bear or Bill burgers?
Yes, please. Holy carp.
Yeah.
I guess I'm late for the show. The wife is on the show. Yes, she is. And tell them what we're doing.
Our announcement was we're moving to Alaska.
Oh, and Rex he's right there, and he's going to love it. He probably won't like the cold winter, but he will definitely like not having to pant all the time. And the cat, which we had 2 cats. We lost Garfield, who was Dinky is our female cat, and Garfield was our male cat. Garfield is the son of Dinky, and Garfield had some kind of heart attack or something. It was wild, and he just passed away like a month ago. So we have just Dinky now and Rex, and then Oakley we're babysitting. Oakley will go back with the youngins but Rex will be with us, and he's old. I mean, he should have 2 or 3 more years left in him. It just depends. Pyrenees don't live a long life, and he's half Pyrenees, so we'll see. He's 9. I really hope to get him there. My former dog, I had always dreamed of moving him to. Let me see if I can find him.
Oh, you got put a picture.
Oh, I did. Yeah. So my former dog was Dugan, and this was actually when we were traveling around the country, and Dugan was a Samoyed, and he loved the snow. I mean, just loved it, and he only got to experience it like twice here, because it doesn't snow here. Ollie says, don't look at heating element side of your air fryers. It made me get a new one. Oh, really? Is it like gooped up with stuff? Probably.
Yeah, because it's on the top.
What I've noticed in there is it's just like a stove element stuck up on the top.
Right?
I've seen this. This is insane. Car launch, appreciator for life. Yeah. Somebody said that it might get shut down for some reason. I forget what it is. But let's hope not. Alaska, what are you going to do there? It will be a very big change, right? So we will be doing, she will be working as she always works. She works from home, so she'll continue her job there. I will be doing the same thing that I always do, which is working in the industry. I'll just be a little further of a drive away or a flight away from some of the stuff. I'll still be doing corporate stuff and commercial stuff around there. But mostly I'll be doing nature wildlife filming. And I'll be honestly very excited to do so because I love nature. If you haven't been able to tell, yeah, she really does too. She's when I started taking her on these van trips, she's like, I love this. I love this. I think normal dry food is better. I know there are many people out there with the problems with the stomach when it comes to freeze-dried food. Yeah, I haven't tried. I mean, I've tried some freeze-dried food, but I haven't had much. I had a Samoyed named Snowball. We love Samoyed. When I was a kid, we had a Samoyed named Pingo. And Pingo was amazing. And Pingo latched on to me. And this was in Nashville, by the way. Pingo, I was, I don't know, 10? I was maybe 10 years old. And Pingo latched on to me. But he latched on to me to the point where my parents couldn't deal with it anymore, and he had to go live on a farm. He literally went to go live on a farm. He wasn't destroyed. But what happened is he would protect me with everything. So when I did bad, which I did do a lot, I don't know if you can tell, like my parents couldn't spank me because the dog would jump in the way and literally defend me with his life. Great dog. Bad timing, just because the parents were doing the right thing. But yeah, what motivated you to do this big move? Go for it.
We were ready for a change, and we'd been thinking about this for a while now, and it's just it's time. We're ready for the big change. It's a big leap for us, and onto bigger and better things. Alaska.
It's I mean, it's been on my list of places I want to be for a while, many years. It wasn't on her top 20, probably top 50 list. It probably wasn't on her top 49 list. Yeah. But I mean, with all the encroachment and the population, we really do love being just kind of off on our own, doing our own thing. We don't go into town much. We go into town like every couple weeks. And it's lovely. We love it. I would much rather sit here and talk to you. I mean, you're the people I want to talk to, and make videos around here than go into town and do something with somebody that isn't interesting or doesn't, whatever. It's I mean, I would survive in New York City. I could do it. Manhattan. She would not. She could not do that. I can adapt to anything, but I absolutely love the vastness of nature. We have 11 and a half acres here. We are bordered by 10-acre tracts to the sides, 200-acre tract behind us, 500 acres across from us. There are, that I can see from my house, 0 homes. You cannot see a house from my house. If I go to stand on my road at my driveway, I can see 3 houses. That's it. That's all you can see because there's so many trees. We live in forests. Yep. Oh no, he moved to the farm. You mean Funny Farm? Great movie. You will have to adapt to the light circles in Alaska. That's telling. Yeah, I feel like that will be a bigger challenge for her than me. I won't care because I actually like the dark. Like that room in there, we didn't have, well, you can't tell, but that's fake light, but I mean, windows in there are all blocked off. This studio is completely blocked of light. That's the way I like it. I like it. It doesn't bother me. However, we do have these things called suns that we can just turn on if we so feel like it. I mean, literally, there's a Nanlux 2400B over there that I can power up and blast the sunlight in the middle of winter. And it'll be fine. Or I can get a really big crane, shoot it straight down onto that perfect Christmas tree, Christmas vacation, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's gonna look great. I live in Norway, that's awesome. So I can't understand why you'd want to get away from the heat. I dream of the opposite. Well, it's what they say, the grass is always greener. Well, I mean, you don't know what grass is, but I mean, no, we don't either because our grass dies in the summer. You always want what you don't have. And honestly, life is about balance. So I have lived in Texas 40-ish years. She's lived in Texas, yes, all her entire life. And so it's time for a change. And I get it. The cold is dwelling, and that's fine. But we're also at a point where we have so many things that we do inside that's fine. In the dead of winter, when it's negative 30 outside, we have stuff to do inside. I'll be making YouTube videos inside with the sun blasting through a fake wall with a window, because that's what I do. I'm a big fraud. Look at my light. I am a big fake fraud, big super fake fraud. See, the sun just went down. No, it's just I will do that. I have no problem doing that. I'll totally do that. Plus, with the cooking channel, which believe me, every single one of you, I dearly love the cooking channel, and it will come back. Happen. This channel and Our American Adventure Alaska, which let me see if it's
the channel.
Yeah, I think. I think the channel exists. Well, I mean, I know it exists, but maybe I don't. Yeah, it doesn't show up because I don't have
the videos yet.
I don't have a video out there.
Oh, well, we'll post something, so it'll be there.
It's interesting. I'll have to find it. But ouramericanadventure.com is a blog you can follow. And we haven't updated it since January on purpose because we kind of gave it away, but we didn't think anybody was watching. And apparently somebody did watch. Yeah. Somebody did pay attention. So we had to tell them, hey, could you keep it quiet? It's also where we're going to live. It's not pitch black 24 hours a day in the winter. We will get 5 hours. I think at the dead of winter, the solstice, we'll have 5 hours of light, and the sun will just literally kind of skim across the horizon. And then in the summer, we'll have 20 hours of daylight. Not 20. It will get dark, but yeah, you get it. Art says, we feel you on the change idea. Wherever you go, we will support. Oh, I appreciate that, Art. You're just a fantastic person. We were thinking about Mexico, Belize for our next event. I mean, you have the cold right now. You actually have a nice climate where you actually get 4 seasons, which is very nice. We have 4 seasons. We just have like a week of winter sometimes. We get a fall, but our fall is weird because like right now the leaves are falling off the trees, but it's not because it's fall. It's because they haven't had rain. And so they're like dry and they're moving everything to acorns, and so the leaves just fall off. When we get fall, which will be about mid to late October, sometimes early November, the leaves will start changing, and you'll see them start to fall, and then, like clockwork, a windstorm will blow through, and all the leaves will come off, and it's done. They're gone. They're in the pool. And then spring and fall here are absolutely, I love it. To me here, if it's 58 degrees, the windows are open in the house, period. If it's 58 or lower. And then only at about maybe 35 do I open them back up, usually at her request. I mean, close them.
Close them.
Yeah, and she's like, can you turn the heater on, please? But in Alaska, we'll have a wood stove, so it won't be a problem. But Pennsylvania, you have all the seasons, so you get to experience them all. So it would make sense for Mexico, Belize to be an next adventure. It would make sense. Because if you're in the cold, you want the warm. If you're in the warm, you want the cold. To me, it's it is a give and take. I mean, Texas has immobilizing heat. You can do things, but you just shouldn't. Alaska has immobilizing cold. You can do things, but you just shouldn't. But Texas, we have that heat from June to, well, I mean, what was the high today?
90?
High today was 92.
It felt like it. Ugh.
Oh, no, it felt like, what was the heat index? Oh, heat index is like that's funny. What is this?
I don't know why you keep clicking.
Why did it do that? Like, it was, it was 94, 95, 97, last week 98. I mean, we're at the end of September. Art, you're wearing jackets. I guarantee it right now. You've got jackets on outside. We don't get that. August 20th is our average time. So in Texas, where we are, August 20th is the date that the average temperatures of high and low start to go down as opposed to go up. But we didn't get to have that this year. But we also didn't have the super harsh summer. Last year, we had like 60 days of 100 plus. And it's 100 plus the humidity. That's what they mean by that. Norway is a lot like Alaska. We have 4 seasons and are much on the same globe in terms of winter. That's why I asked. We are light sick after some time. Yeah, I can imagine. What is your latitude latitude? Because like that, I guess, really changes things. Because there's how close are you to the Arctic Circle? Because where we're talking about being, I think, about 8 or 9 hours from the Arctic Circle. Mm-hmm. So we'll have quite a bit. Like, for instance, right now, our sunset is at 7:18 p.m. Where we're looking at being, the sunset is at 7:41 right now. So it's not too far. It tracks, but it just goes a lot further. Wore shorts today because I'm with you there. I'm in solidarity, and I will be out there in shorts. We had 42.6 degrees Fahrenheit today at the warmest. I mean, I like the 40s. I mean, the ideal weather for me, honestly, would be highs in the mid 70s, lows in the mid 40s. I would love that because in that weather, you could open up your windows first thing in the morning, get the house to cool down, close them, and then during the hot of the day, they never really get hot. And then you can repeat every day. So you never really have to have air conditioning. You might have to do fires at night, but that'd be awesome. But that doesn't exist in an affordable manner. It exists. There's plenty of places that are just absolutely gorgeous. Oddly, northern Idaho, the panhandle, the little section of Idaho is amazing for temperatures in the winter because there's like a moisture belt that comes through it. And in the summer, it gets like in the 80s. And in the winter, you might get a negative day, but most of the days it's going to be in the teens. That's incredible.
We went to Idaho and I had to wear a jacket in August.
Yeah, she loved that. She just absolutely loved that. It's nice to be able to wear a jacket around things. And then we went in the dead of winter, and it was awesome. And my daughter learned what good boots meant versus bad boots. It'll be a learning thing. How soon will you get the house listed? So I've got a 2-week job starting this weekend. During that time, she is going to be loading up garbage. Well, not garbage, but stuff that you can't reasonably sell. It sucks. Stuff that she can donate. She's donated a ton of books, just a ton of books. But I mean, if something we can sell, we sell it on eBay. If it's something that somebody would want and is worth the time, otherwise it goes in the roll-off dumpster. Our goal is to have the house listed by the end of October, is what it currently is. We hope to make that. We have to do some house repairs. I have a few things that I need to do. I need to finish a few things, oddly enough. We never put baseboards in the house because I didn't care.
We just made it livable.
We made it livable. We made it nice and livable. It's not a huge house. No. It's like 1,300 something square feet, but 2-story, 1.5 stories, what they would call it. But, we got flooring in, and we're like, well, I don't need baseboards. What good do they do?
Just make it look pretty.
Yeah, and so we got to do that. We got to redo the tile in our bathroom. I need to put a porch off the studio and build a little deck. We got a few things to fix up around here, but we have most of October to do that. We've gotten rid of so much trash. It's amazing because like when you're complacent and you sit, I mean, we would burn our trash that's burnable. We would burn that, so we would build up piles of trash. Like right now, we can't burn anything. Like cardboard boxes, we burn that because, like, why throw it in a landfill? We can burn it, but we can't burn it right now because we're in a little thing called a no burn ban. Because everything would catch on fire. If we are lucky, we can have very nice summers. This year has been very hot, but then the winter comes and we can be very cold. I mean, it is a thing. So you bought a Ski-Doo tread vehicle? Nope, not yet. Nope. We will buy 2 though, at some point. That is in phase 2. Phase 1 is buy land, build the cabin, and get a snowblower, a small one. And then comes studio, a UTV, Ski-Doos. Then phase 3 is an excavator. I might push for the excavator a little sooner. Yeah. Techniques on shooting in strong winds. That is tough. You still get vibrations on a tripod. Stabilize in post. It's very difficult to stabilize those in post, but you could try. Number one thing to do eliminate sails on your camera. So if you have a matte box and you don't need a matte box, take it off. It's a sail. Get the heaviest, dutiest, I said duty, tripod you can get. I have the Miller 15, Aero 15. It is really good, but when I put a long lens on it, like a 500 or above, it will start to vibrate. When I got the O'Connor, doesn't vibrate, not at all. The wind, I mean, it doesn't care, but there's still times. Second thing is bring a umbrella, bring just a small little, like a black solid, anything you could do, and you can mount it right next to where the prevailing wind is and keep it from happening. You got to protect it from the wind yeah, that's number one. Snowmobile. Oh, yeah. 2 of them. She gets her own. Sounds like a plan. Expect an influx of folks to see you before you head out. Michelle and I are checking airfare to see. Oh, nice. Well, I mean, we will definitely be seeing a lot of people before we go. And our goal is to go like around January. Yeah, it'd be our goal. As soon as we can, honestly. As soon as we reasonably can without wasting money. Because I really don't like the idea of paying for an Airbnb for months. Because that's just cash. It's like burning it up. The other thing is we're keeping the van. The van is we may at some point change to a Sprinter 4-wheel drive because it makes more sense up there. But for now, it is the ProMaster one that we have. And it's an adventure van. And it is going to adventure. And it will adventure down here many, many times. And I will be making tours. I mean, if everything goes to plan, by being up there, we will have no bills other than cell phone, insurance, internet, food, and gas. I mean, that's it. The very, very basics. We won't have electric bill. We won't have a mortgage. We won't have anything. We have a small mortgage here, just on the land, but I mean, that's kind of it. It'll be fun. You almost have to buy a new Movi Pro now that you're going to drive a snowmobile to film. I have a new Ronin RS4 Pro. Will you continue to work in film or will you pivot? I will be continuing to work in film. I will be working at the same level that I can as long as I'm allowed to. I have always traveled for work and never had a problem with it. In that, if a company needs me and if I can make it make sense for me to fly down, then I will fly down and work the job. I don't care. I love any day on set is a day for me. We will be doing commercials. We will do corporate work up there. I'll still be doing product work, probably not as much, because people will be like, it costs how much to send you a bag of nuts? Got the hiccup, sorry. I will be doing YouTube on this. I'll be doing the other YouTube channel plus the cooking channel. The other YouTube channel is Our American Adventure Alaska, which you can't find. I need to make it public. Maybe somehow I need to just put a video up there. Hey, it's me, because I couldn't do it before. Let's see if I can put it out there. I don't even get a cool channel name because I don't have any videos. But let me.
Can you post something? Or no? Yeah.
Let me see. I copied it. So let me see if I can paste it. Hold on. Oh, don't do that. Come back over here. Don't. Come on. Don't. Oh.
What'd you do?
I have to click over here. It went out of full screen. Now I can't post it. Let me see if I can post it here.
Oh, I see.
Paste.
Paste.
Nope. Oh, wait. Yes.
What'd you do?
Yes, oh, that's studio.
No, that you
That
don't
won't
want
work.
that.
No, I don't
Okay.
want that. That doesn't help you. Hold on. Where do I do it? Where do I go to the dashboard?
The moving tour.
Oh, there we go. View you channel. There we go. Okay, now we got it. There. Now I can come here. God, I love Apple. They're so smart. All right. There you go. There's a link to it. Feel free to subscribe or not.
Yeah, post twice.
Well, it posted to, that's Twitch, and then that's YouTube.
Oh, okay.
And then if we don't get to Texas before you split.
Wait, you missed one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
missed that one.
Okay. I think it's incredibly cool that you guys are doing this, but now you have to do a moving tour. That's what we started shooting content for the other channel, and that is, oh my God, look at the crap we have to do. We haven't.
It was kind of overwhelming, at least.
It was, and she's going to be more on the Alaska channel, and eventually she'll probably be on this one
I'll
too,
probably be
because
courageous.
as we get more and more on, I mean, it'd be nice if YouTube sustained us. That'd be cool if that became a thing. But I'm assuming that my abilities in film, eventually she won't have to work remote and she can work with me. And we actually make a pretty good couple. We're pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? And then, God, 5 of you, thank you. 5 of you subscribed and there was 0. There's no videos, but now you'll make me put a video out there, and I will do it, and we will do it. We've got several. We just gotta finish them, and she's wanting to be a part of it, but she's timid, she's shy, but she's not. She's not shy. She's only shy when there's a little thing called a camera. Yeah. Otherwise, she's like, Scott! Let's see here. If we don't get to Texas, can I read this one now?
Yes.
Okay. If we don't get to Texas before you split, we'll buy a Winnebago. Come visit. You build a mini Balcom hang shack for the fans. Dude, anytime any of y'all want to come visit us in Alaska, we will figure out. Well, I mean, we'll have a place. Our current,
It'd be cozy, right?
It'll be fine. I mean, you'll get to know us really well. Did you ever see Willy Wonka, the chocolate factory, with all the family sleeping in the same bed? No, it's not. It's let's see, done. I've got floor plans. Where are they? Are these that? These are they. No, not that one.
Not that one.
That's too small. Not that one. Wait, which one is it? Nope, not that one. That was way too small. Then we have the small, medium, and large. So that's the one. Okay. So hard to see, but this is what our cabin will look like right here. And then if I could throw this up, can I throw this up
Throw it up. What do you
on the screen?
Oh.
So the loft area where we will be working, but we'll have a bed up there. So if anybody wants to come visit, which we will have lots of people. I mean, it'll be a great excuse for people to come visit. This is kind of what it will look like up high, but there's a loft area and then the bedroom area in the back. This is our medium plan, and we will almost certainly achieve the medium. This is the kitchen area and kind of the living area. Not a huge place. There's the kitchen. As you can tell, I've done a little bit of modeling on this.
Lots of it.
There is the, that's looking from the corner of the kitchen back to the back. In the back behind the stairs will be the bedroom. I mean, this is what the framing will look like. As you can tell, I've done a few. I mean, it's pretty simple. This is the floor plan, hopefully.
Yep. That's it.
Basically see. The medium plan, so this is our pantry area. So it'll be rather large. That's a deep freeze. Kitchen area. And then we'll have it's all planned. It's a rolling island. So it'll be for the cooking channel, but also we'll be able to sit at it and eat. The couch, we got the wood stove there, bedroom area back here, bathroom, washer, dryer, all that good stuff. That's the medium plan. Let's find the large plan and the small plan. This is the large. So when we go large, everything gets huge. Surprisingly, this is even bigger than what it is before. We have a little bedroom back here. We have all the space up here. Yeah. And then let me find the small. The small, this is just too fun.
He just
480.
loves to share.
No, that's not the smallest. There is the smallest. I have a really small one. There it is. Okay, so this is the smallest. It is really hard to see, but it gives us everything that we need to survive and thrive. You know, the bed, everything is just smaller. So this dimension right here is 16 feet. This dimension here is 24 feet, I believe. Yes. Not very big. But if you look at the renderings, and renderings are life, that is the small one, 16 by 24. We still have a loft. We still have everything that we need. It'll just be cozy and cute. But the big one is insane with its loft. Yeah, the big one, hard to see, but it is, there's way more room in that one. I just don't think we need that big because I don't want to build a big house. I want to build a big studio. My ultimate goal, ultimate dream was for to build a 30 by 6, well, was it 30 by 60, 30 by 70? We wanted to build a barndominium. It was like 30 by 6, no, 60? Yes, 30 by 60, 20 feet tall of a metal building. And we would take 20 feet from the back end. So that would give us 600 square feet of living area. Above that would give us a second floor of office area. And then we would have 30 by 40 by 20 of a full-on studio. The problem comes in Alaska, where we're looking, the snow load is insanity. It's 150 pounds per square feet, which means the steel building becomes very pricey. It's not unobtainable, but it is out of our budget on the medium. And with the large, it can be done, but I think with the medium, what we can do is build the house and then build a studio similar in size to this one, but I'm going to go up higher so I get more of a roof, so I get lights way up. Subscribed. Thank you so much. I think your wife is doing a very good job. See, you can do it. I told you you could do it. That must be high altitude. Can't wait to see some content. It is not high altitude.
No.
It's not at all. It's actually like 500 feet above sea level. There is quite a bit out there, but yeah. Big Zoom lens sponsorships, hopefully. Congratulations on your life move. Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate that. Yeah, we have the 50 to 100 with the 2X. I am so looking forward to shooting wildlife without heat distortion, because that just ruins everything. You get like 1,000 millimeters. You're like, yeah. Then all you see is heat distortion. Oh, yeah. hold
You
on.
got a rumble?
I got somebody commented a rumble. Let's go see if it's a
A bot?
if it's a hey, stop dying and live the life God always wanted. Read Tree of Life decoded book.
No. Oh, goodness.
You know what? Bye. Delete.
Delete. There's
I mean, bro.
real people.
You could have got. What is going on with this? Well, 9 of you have subscribed. I greatly appreciate that. Hi,
He's checking in.
Yeah, Oakley's like, oh, here comes Rex. Rex is like, dude, it's time.
It's
Hi, buddy. You can see Rex's nose down here. We don't. Okay, Oakley. He's like, it's my turn. It's my turn. Okay, Oakley. Okay, Rex. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. They're both hungry and they want to run. Big zoom lens. All right, let's put 5 minutes on the clock. Get your questions in.
Yep.
Get your questions in. You got 5 minutes to post it. Because we are going to keep going. Yeah, Starlink will work up there. We're going to continue to use Starlink. We're going to show the adventure. We're going to keep doing this channel. I love this channel. I love this community. I love sharing everything that I learn. And it'll just be more stuff that I learn. It might just be a little more nature sometimes, but it'll be stuff that I learn and sharing and back and forth. Of course, there'll be some gear reviews. I'm trying not to do so many gear reviews, but by golly, it happens. Hi, Oakley. And then the cooking channel. Believe me when I tell you, and I'm talking to you, just you, not you, but you. I love the cooking channel, and I'm going to be doing the cooking channel, and we're going to be doing the cooking channel, and it's going to be fun in Alaska. But yeah, all the fun things. Are your cameras weather sealed? If not, what do you use to protect them? Trash bags, clear plastic trash bags is what I use all the time to weather seal them. But most of my cameras are weather sealed. The Reds do amazingly well in the weather, and I'll be able to tell them exactly how they do now in the cold temperatures. I have honestly, in the cold, I have put the hand warmers. I put hand warmers around the batteries and the camera just to keep it just a little bit extra warm. Yeah. Will you vlog the entire move? Yes, absolutely. As uncomfortable as I am vlogging, the reason I am uncomfortable vlogging is because you guys are a very professional group. You're what I aspire to be. You all want to work in this industry or do work in this industry or teach in this industry. You're all really dedicated in this industry. I always have felt like when I vlog on this channel that I'm degrading and taking away from what you all deserve, which is why I've kind of stopped doing it. It made me uncomfortable. I really felt bad doing it. On the other channel, the other channel is just going to be life. And it'll just happen to be hard life in Alaska. Cold life, Scottsicles. And then I was going to see if I could bigger spit wine. And so I won't have any problem. And there will be some cross-contamination. The frickin' puppet is going to be on all 3 channels, I promise. She made me. I made her make me a set of hands just for the cooking channel, for the puppet, so he can make stupid stuff on the cooking channel. And we've thrown it around about starting a barbecue and pizza place in Alaska. We have no idea how that would work. But by golly, it seems like a fun idea. And we saw what they saw. Like, we saw some channels. They were like, hey, this place has Texas barbecue. And we looked at it, we're like,
Oh, God. We laughed.
That's not Texas barbecue. And then the best pizza place in all of Alaska is like on the peninsula of whatever.
Soldotna?
Yeah, down
Or,
south of there, in that island, whatever.
Right, Homer?
Homer, yeah. It's like the best pizza in all of Alaska. And I looked at it and I'm like, that's like just Joe over here making pizza out of a convenience store. I'm going to make some New York style pizza in Alaska. Maybe the bread won't rise. I don't know. Maybe. But by golly. Michael, hello. Hello, buddy. Long time. Do you have any recommendations for a rain deflector system for the lens? Absolutely. Look at the Bright Tangerine Prodigy. And before you look at the other one that looks identical, oddly enough, to the Prodigy, look at the air intake to that one versus the Prodigy. The Prodigy is an isolated blower motor off to the side, which means what hits your lens doesn't go into the lens and blows out the front of it, which is what happens when your air intake is right on the side of the lens. I did a full review on the Prodigy. Look at it. It's amazing. And I also have done several shoots with it in
Yosemite.
Yosemite.
I was there.
Yeah, she was there. She was wet. Oh boy, that was that time we tried to climb those rocks. Woo! Scott is not a rock climber. We can tell that. And there was this one time at Yosemite where I had like the flowing waterfall was going across, it was rapid, and there's big rocks, rocks the size of like a car, and there was another rock on the other side. And the only way to get to where we needed to go, except for the very easy lax trail on the side that we didn't know about, was to jump across from one rock to the other with full camera gear on backpack. And I almost didn't make it. It was bad. And then she had to do it. And of course, I could catch her then because I was on the other side, but I went over and I was like, I was grabbing on. I was like, I almost didn't make it. Yeah, it was fun. But that has nothing to do with the rain deflector. But we had a rain deflector there. We were testing it out there.
Yeah.
It was awesome. But definitely look at it. And yeah. All right. Any last questions? Any last questions at all? Let's see. Let me look over at Instagrams. As long as you make the wifey make the decision. Yep. It's all your idea. It's all your fault.
All my fault. All my fault.
All right. Well,
I mean, you would for
the 3 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah, math is hard.
Yeah.
She
Gotta
didn't.
count
She didn't
my
get homeschool.
fingers.
She went public school.
right.
We went to the same public school. Whoops.
Oop.
So, what was the typical high temp in Alaska? Well, I mean, let me give you an example. Right now, here it's 82 degrees. Where we're going to move, it's 50 degrees. In the summer, where we're looking, it'll be in the 80s, probably the low 80s for a few days out of the year. Mostly it'll be the 60s and 70s. In the wintertime, it can get below zero almost a month, about a month. It just depends. I mean, if you just go to like AccuWeather.com and type in Willow, Alaska, and then just go to the monthly and just go back in time, you can see what the weather's like. It's not bad. It's completely awesome, opposite and awesome, but yeah. Also, man, that love Bright Tangerine products. And hello, wife. Hello, Michael. Hello. A huge difference. I mean, it is a huge difference. How long will you stay there? Oh, it is for our forever home.
It's gonna be.
Unless something drastic changes, like if something, God forbid, medical that we can't survive there, we have to move to Arizona to breathe hot air for somehow to live. Unless something like that happens, we're going to die there. That is our intent. And we're not going to die soon either.
No.
55 years is where I'm going to go. If I don't go to Mars first. I actually don't want to go to Mars.
No.
I don't want to live in an aquarium. Oh, okay. All right, everyone. thank you all for joining. We're very pleased we could share this adventure, our American adventure, with you. It's been literally something we've been holding back for 9 months now. It's been killing me. Trust me. I kept saying over and over and over, kept saying that like big changes are going to happen.
no.
Big changes. Time to call it. You and the cute girl can chill for the night. Yeah, I'm going to get her some more wine. See what happens. Recommend Scott to watch with your wife the film The Immigrants. Sweden starring Living. Yeah, I'll watch it. It has 1972 poor Swedes who immigrate from Småland, Sweden, mid-19th century, make their home in Minnesota. It's a masterpiece, not very well known. It's available in blurry box. All right, we'll watch that. We've watched what's that Alaska one with the poor guy who died.
The one in the bus.
Yeah, that guy.
I wonder.
No, yeah, but I mean, we watched that one a few times, and I mean, we're not that couple. We're not quite the same. Our goal is to be within 3 hours of Costco. We're realistic. I mean, Costco's got meat and cheese and all the things that we need, and we can go there once a month, and I'd be totally fine. Going to bed. See you for the next stream. 2 a.m. in Sweden. Oh, have a great evening. I forget all the Swedish words because I don't really know Sweden that much. But I'm quarter Swedish. I'm quarter.
His mom knows.
My mom speaks Swedish. Thanks for a nice evening. Thank you for the stream and breaking the awesome news. Yep. If any of you want to purchase anything, please use the affiliate links down below. Also, make sure you disable your ad block just for the purchase. Otherwise, I don't get credit. Also, if you're looking for some Nan Light products, 15% off at Film Tools using Scotty B as your coupon code, and you get 15% off all Nan Light products.
Yep.
All. Only till the end of the month. So everyone have a fantastic.
So good.
What?
They got dim.
Oh. Sov Galat.
So good.
Sov Galat from Denmark. Nice. Good night, people. Thanks to both of you for your adventures. You're an inspiration. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. As always, as you want to do half of it.
Don't let your life.
Nope, you can't do half. You're
can't
fired. Don't let your passions center around your life.
Let your life center around your passions.
Bing! There we go. All right, you're unfired. So good night in Norwegian. All right, good night, everyone. Have a great evening. Eat something delicious. Say something nice to your family, and enjoy life. Have an adventure. An hour American adventure, Alaska.